it just makes things flow. Like it'll make things flow better for when like I'm speaking and then you speak over me.
Right,
Or have something to say, you know. Right, okay, this does work. So we figured something out today. That's great.
Cool.
Got everything working. Yeah. So about streaming as well, what drew you to it? What do you like about it? What do you still like about it? And what do you dislike, if anything?
All right. Well, I don't know. One day, my old friend started doing it, and I was like, oh yeah, that sounds like a good idea, because we've just always played games, you know, since we were children. And then I never had a setup to do it. And I'm just like, I play games for hours. I should try to just do this one day. And then eventually I did. And it's so uncomfortable when you first start. Basically playing to yourself, you know, like at least for me, I was, you know, because you know me, I play a lot of shit that like no one pays attention to, so I'm like by myself. Get away, exactly. Like if none of you guys were there, it would just be me talking to myself like, this fucking game's hard. Like, but I don't know, man. I like I really enjoy like the camaraderie of it, where like everybody just comes in and they're just like, what's up, fuckers? And then everyone just has a good time, whether they're paying attention or not. You know, like I really enjoy that. I mean, like, I don't really dislike it. I really enjoy it. I guess if I had to say something, it's very for me, at least for my schedule, it's very time consuming, and it's super tiring. I know that sounds crazy, just be like, you're playing a video game, you're doing nothing. Like, people who don't stream, it's very taxing, like, for sure, especially for me, since, well, I mean, like, not to be like, especially me, but like, no, because like I work the overnight, so like, you know, like I do that little baby ass nap, and then I'm like, all right, stream time, instead of doing like a full rest, and then I have to go right back to sleep, pretty much, like after it, and then go to work all night. So it's rough, but I love it. I do love it.
It's also like even more tiring if you're doing all of the stuff. Like this is what like doesn't attract me to the Twitch side, but a lot of people, you know how they do the kind of like, they have to thank for subs and they have to do the raids and they're involved with the community. But it's almost like a performance thing. Not to say like people who everybody who's doing it is just being fake. A lot of them are though, and it's kind of like an act you have to sort of go through.
You could really tell with certain people. I mean, like, as far as I know, we share a lot of community across different communities, you know, which is so fucking cool. And like, I like that, at least with us, everyone is genuine from what I've seen. You know, like, and I would say we all have like pretty good bonds. I mean, most of us even play stuff together, we stream together, we've streamed together. You know, like, like that shit is so cool, and I like that all of us are pretty much like on the same page with that shit. You know, we're all just like, oh yeah, this dude's playing this, like, let's go say what's up, like that's our boy and shit, you know. It's never like, oh hey, this person that could potentially do something for me or whatever, let's go fucking kiss their ass right now about, you know, like, it never seemed that way ever. You know?
I'd agree. And I think there's a good bunch of people like kind of scattered around all of our communities. Like Doc is another one that has that side, and those are like my favorite streams to go to now. Like I literally just go to like 5 streams. I go to yours, I go to Doc's, I go to like a Ukrainian stream, I go to like shit, it might be only like 3 or so that I'm always in nowadays, because I like when people are just like genuine, authentic. I love like people playing the weirdest games as well. Like you and Doc always have that covered. You're playing some bullshit.
I'm always playing some shitty old wrestling game.
But the nice thing is, like, in our community, it knocks on other people. So, like, obviously, when like Hale was doing like Castlevania and shit, like everybody just started kind of like playing Castlevania.
Yeah, that was so nuts. I was like, holy shit. I was like, look what the fuck you just did. I'm like, you don't even stream. I'm like, you showed up for the week and you made people want to go and like play and shit, you know, like that. I love that so much. Like, because that even happened like when my cousin like X-Pac threw out like the Super Mario Brothers challenge, like everybody just started doing it and shit, you know. X-Pac. Yeah, shout out X-Pac, bitch.
Start streaming, bitch.
Yeah, start streaming, motherfucker. No, I need to start streaming. Oh yeah, wrestling fandom right here, Brood shirt.
Oh goddamn, that's nice, man.
Yeah,
that's really nice.
Yeah,
I went on the WWE shop the other day, and I was just trying to get like bargain bucket stuff for Christmas, like 50% off. The garbage that they have on there, dude. The garbage, like
it's kind of sad. Yeah.
Like just pointless socks. I mean, there was like one of those brawling buddies of Penta, and they wanted $60 for that. It was just
dude,
like,
they're expensive, man. Yeah,
you're insane if you think I'm paying that. That's
crazy. Like, I know that they do a lot of sales, but where they get you is like the shipping, because the shipping is always like crazy amounts. So like you can be like, oh look, like this thing's only like $15 or $20 right now. Like, oh, like this cool shirt. And then you're paying like fucking probably like $15 just to ship it. And you're like, God damn, I'm paying like the full price again.
It's, you know, it's like the same as ordering food like over here. It's like meals might be okay, but then you get like service charge and like delivery fee, and it's just like adding £7 on. You're just like,
exactly.
How is that possible? It's just crazy when that stuff. I really can't get over people paying. Like, did you hear about Royal Rumble in Riyadh? By the way, what people are doing?
You're talking about like the tickets packages and shit.
Yeah. So apparently they haven't came out yet. So they've just booked Riyadh, and they're just like hoping the tickets are going to be on sale. But like that is. To put that much faith in a company is incredible to me. Not a chance would I do that, because if you can't get tickets, you're there in Riyadh. You can't drink, you can't have fun.
Yeah, you're just like stuck there. You're just like and then that's it. You're just hanging out. That's it.
Yeah.
Fucking nothing to do.
It's great doing that in Vegas because, you know, like there's shows on and stuff. You know,
there's always something happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to a place like that, you're lucky to fucking come back home from not fucking up.
Yeah, and I mean, WWE literally had that problem on the first or second times they went. They were all just like on the tarmac.
Yeah, you can accidentally fucking do the wrong thing. Like, it could be something super simple and their rules are different. And you're not coming back home, you know?
Yeah. It's crazy, but we will get to wrestling more in detail soon, because I got a bone to pick with that big one. You're talking about, like, obviously you played games a lot when you were a kid. So what was your upbringing? I don't know if you were like Nintendo or PlayStation side. Where did you kind of like start from and go? So,
growing up, one of my sisters, I have two sisters. My oldest sister. I believe it was hers, because the last time when Jamie was here, I asked about it, and I believe she said it was our older sister. She had a Super Nintendo, so an SNES, and I grew up playing that at first, which that's where like my love for like Donkey Kong Country and all that comes from and stuff, because that was one of my favorite games to play as a kid. And then eventually I remember my grandmother got me a PlayStation. I don't remember if it was for like my birthday or I don't think it was a Christmas gift, because it was a PlayStation 1, and by that time I believe we might have been either like a couple of months away from PlayStation 2 or like something like that. It was close. It was like right before, maybe a year before PlayStation 2 had come out. So then that was when I really started to play wrestling games, and my cousin X-Pac got me into like all the PlayStation wrestling games at the time.
Yeah.
And so that's basically where that started. Like my whole video game journey started with my sisters and then my cousin.
Yeah, it's good to have that though, dude.
Yeah.
Like I know there's a lot of people that, like, I remember being like one of my older jobs, I was working with a guy who was like 19, 20. So he was like a complete zoomer and I was like pushing 30s. But he'd like grew up with like a family member or his dad or something who'd played like PlayStation 1 games, so he knew all that shit. So we became really good friends because of it, because like the one thing about me, like socially I'm a little inept, but like if we talk like PlayStation 1 games, like then you're gonna be on my side, you know, you're with me basically,
right?
Because that's where it all came from me. Like I had like a TV Boy, which was like a weird like emulator almost of like really old games like Asteroids. So I probably had that for like a year or something, and then I went straight from that to the PS1.
Oh,
so
nice.
You can imagine how much that blew my mind.
Yeah, I remember the jump from the Super Nintendo to the PlayStation. You know, seeing like 3D shit. I'm just like, whoa! like what the hell? You know, you go from like 2D sprites to 3D models and shit. It's crazy. It's crazy to see that for the first time. You know,
because they were still kind of messing with a lot of the 3D technology. So sometimes like Sega would take a dip in like 3D. Like I think Virtua Fighter was the first 3D fighter. Yeah, but like they're really ugly looking.
Yeah,
like, some of them.
All the polygons and everybody's super sharp and pointy.
Well, I'm a huge fan of Tekken. But like comparing Tekken 1 to Tekken 2 is night and day. Like the first one is, it's almost like a demo, because like the UI is so ugly. It's just not a nice game. The animations, the CGI, it's dreadful. But like just from that, they got the chance to make Tekken 2, and from that point they never looked back. But it was crazy to like actually be alive at the time to see things just every week, new game, go to Blockbuster or whatever. Oh, Resident Evil 2's out, you know, no big deal. It's just like, wow.
Man.
And there was no bullshit either. There was no like, oh, well, you know, there's no like day one patch. There's no like collector's
I was about
edition.
to say, it was a game that was complete Ruby. It was a game that was done and shipped, and that was it. There was no fucking, oh, we gotta fix this patch. It's like, nope. The game is stuck with whatever bug or exploit. There was no, I mean, there was DLC, but not, obviously not digital, but like, you know, some stuff had expansions, but not to the way where it's just instant now and shit like that. Yeah, dude, like, I don't know.
The DLC had to be good too.
Yeah.
Like, I remember like GTA London was a DLC. And that
there was two of them.
Yeah, there's two of them. 69 and 67 or something. There's two of them.
Yeah, some shit like that. Yeah, I never got my hands on them. I always wanted to get them. I never found them. Yeah.
I played the first one on PS1, but I never played the mission pack of the other one. But yeah, it was your DLC had to be good enough to get its own game back then.
Yeah.
Because the thing was, if they fucked up on disc, then they had to just do a complete relaunch. Basically, they had to
literally
take them out of circulation, and they had to put, like, I think fighting games had that a lot. They had like version 1.1, but they were more like, because it was still competitive, they had to like fix certain things. It wasn't like oh, the game just doesn't work or just doesn't load on the screen. It wasn't issues like that ever.
Some wrestling even had that, which is, you know, like, that's crazy. Like, just on multiple consoles too, and shit. Like, could you imagine that? Yeah, like having your disc or your cartridge having to be pulled because like something game breaking is happening, and you gotta fix that. Like, that's crazy. That must
That
be a
that happened with
detriment.
No Mercy, right?
Yeah,
Didn't that
no,
happen with No Mercy?
No Mercy. Believe it or not, WWF, I think it was Warzone, also had an issue too. That has a revised version and stuff like that. Like there's a few wrestling games, but yeah, No Mercy was a big one.
Yeah, I remember like starting with SmackDown 2, so
One of the
I
best.
started at like the best
Yeah.
point really,
Hmm.
because I'd played wrestling games before that, but
Mhm.
it was like WCW Nitro and shit. It wasn't the same at all. Like
Not good.
lending like WWF Warzone one time, but like maybe as like like an 8, 9 year old kid who wants to see like The Rock and Stone Cold isn't going to be amazed
Yeah.
by like WWF
Yeah,
Warzone.
yeah, right.
Not gonna appreciate the roster.
Oh my
Although,
god, yeah. That's WWF Attitude was my first PlayStation 1 wrestling game. That's the first one I remember playing. And then I did play Warzone also, but I went backwards. That just happened to be however it was, But then I remember when SmackDown 1 came out. Oof.
yeah.
And then a few months later, SmackDown 2. Ooh. Oh my god.
Yeah. And it only lasted for a short while with the SmackDown series because Just Bring It was such a weird version. Like it has like one of the sickest, most hype intros ever, and nobody in the game looks like that remotely.
I know.
The animations do not look like that.
Yep.
They are just it's
They
basically SmackDown 2 on PS2, really.
Yeah, it's literally what it was. It's just like upscaled in a way, just a tiny bit. You know what I mean? I mean, granted, the countering system and all that was new, and having like two finishers or whatever, like all that was new. But like it was pretty much like the same thing. I mean, I do enjoy the game. I mean, who doesn't love the horrible commentary that's in that game? It's like that's like its own legend now. Like everybody's like, oh, this game kind of sucks or it's whatever, but everybody loves to quote that commentary.
It has one of the sickest like menu themes and narrators in any wrestling game as well. It's
Absolutely.
like its season mode is a bit short because that was the thing which started my kind of not issues with Ukes, but like kind of trepidation when they were like, okay, because SmackDown 2 has so many great features that it just constantly slept on.
Yeah, it like blew Just Bring It out of the water. But I get it. I mean, like it's their first like venture into like the new console, so like it's like a little bit excusable, I guess. But I mean, they definitely made up for it with Shut Your Mouth, like. Because that game fucking rules. Like, that game is so good.
No, I remember being a kid and finishing school. No, actually, it was on dinner time. I traded in a bunch of PS1 games. Like, it was this, like, shop called the Swap Shop. It was so cool. It was just this old lady that ran it, and she had, like, full shelves. So she had games for, like, 10, 20, 30, and then your new releases were at the top shelf. There'd only be, like, 5 games on the shelf. So we see, like, Shut Your Mouth, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll trade in all of these games to get it. So me and my friend are just, like, sitting at school in the second half, just can't wait for school to finish so we can go home and play it.
Oh, dude, yeah.
And, like, we remember, like, watching the animations of, like, Brock Lesnar, where he, you know the move where, like, somebody hits Brock Lesnar and he doesn't do anything, and then he yells in their face and, like, clotheslines.
Yeah, and just fucking, and then they go and just, like, ugh, like, Dude,
I remember just being so into that and the draft system.
Oh,
it was
man.
incredible.
Yeah, the draft was so fun. It was so fun. Like, it didn't even really make like a huge impact on the game. It was just fun. It was just like, oh, like, look at this fucking jabroni roster I just made or whatever. You know, like it was just always so much fun.
Yeah. I mean, from like SmackDown 2, it was, as I say, the things like the rankings, the belts, the create a pay-per-view, but the fact that the create a pay-per-view was tied to like an analytics that can track your match. The fact that like the wrestlers in the game actually have attributes. You just can't see them. Like
Yeah,
all
yeah,
of
yeah.
the stuff you select in Create a Superstar, it's all there for them.
Yep.
There's so much like detail in it, and
It's crazy. Yeah.
so when did you kind of like stop like being more invested in, not just in the SmackDown series, but in like games overall? Like, was there a point where you kind of like, this generation in for me, I'm jumping off?
Nah, dude. I mean, for as long as I can remember, I've always just been on just video games, like in general. But as far as like the SmackDown series goes, I stopped. I think 2008 might have been my last one.
Yeah.
And then I didn't play '09. And then I'm trying to remember. Is 10 the one with Triple H and Shawn, or is that 11?
I think that's 10 because that's the one that reworks the tag divisions, right? I'm sure that was that one.
So I believe I skipped that one as well. I think 11 was the one that had Taker and like 2 other people on it, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Because if that was the one where I was just like, all right, let me go see wrestling again. Like, let me see wrestling games. And then I was just kind of like, eh. So then, then I stopped. I stopped playing them for so long. I think I picked back up on it. I think it was 2K16. Like, just for years, I just stopped playing it. And then from 2K16, I started playing all of them again. But I haven't gotten 2K25. Yeah. So, because like after 4, like 24, I was just like, it's cool, but like it was really fun. Like I had a good time with it, but I was just like I still wanted to just be like more different, you know?
Yeah. It felt like a lot of the earlier ones were, in games in general, I suppose, were like more arcadey or creative, whereas now they're kind of paint by numbers.
Right.
They always have like a lifeline in terms of how many people are going to buy things now. Like I think that's the big difference in a lot of things that get made nowadays compared to like 10, 15, 20 years ago. Because back then they were just kind of like, let's take a chance, and if this bombs, then I'm gonna go home and commit Sudoku because I've got nothing else in my life. It was that kind of stakes.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
But now they're like, it doesn't really matter how bad this game is. We have this audience who are gonna play it.
Yep.
Like, not great numbers, but AEW kept up Fight Forever for like a decent amount of time just because of the loyalty of the fan base.
Right.
Or stupidity, you could say, but like, let's just use loyalty.
Well, hey, to be fair, I did enjoy Fight Forever. Like, I had a good time with it. It's a little bare bones though. Same thing. Like, it's a very weak story system and shit, but the gameplay itself was very fun. I had so much fun with it. It did kind of feel like old times in a sense, but it did get a little stale too quick. And then the updates, the very weird updates, like why does a wrestling game have like a battle royale mode and stuff? You know, like what is it trying to be? Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What's it called?
But there's a lot of different wrestling games. I mean, like, because you've got the arcadey ones. You had ones that did flirt with like sort of just like outright battle fighting, almost like a Tekken kind of clone. Like, there was obviously the the rapper one, which I'm true. Which
the
one
Def
was
Jam ones,
Def Jams, Rumble Roses was kind of a little bit like that. So I remember
Rumble Roses is a good game. Me and Classic Shadow Classic Spirit, we will defend that game to the death. Like, it's genuinely a good game. The second game, it's the first game, it's so good. It literally, it almost plays like Here Comes the Pain. It's just, a little bit different in like the controls department, but
Yeah.
it's actually a good wrestling game.
I believe there's like a Japanese version of Here Comes the Pain as well.
I think
can't
so.
remember what it's, but that's supposed to be really good too. I think I was talking to this about with another friend where I was kind of like trying to understand why wrestling games are what they are now, which like there's a lot of things that go into it, but I think one of the most important factors is in like the late 90s, early 2000s, wrestling was like really hot. So like in Japan, they knew about that shit because New Japan and All Japan weren't really doing great at that time period. They were coming off like Chono, so they were in a bit of like a weird period. So like WWF was really hot. So the developers were really like on the mark with making the games, and they had like passion behind it. Yeah. I mean, you're talking about like 5 to 7 years of like absolute bangers. Like,
it was crazy. It was like the best time for wrestling games.
You can totally take away the SmackDown series and you've still got like Day of Reckoning. You got the WrestleMania games. You've got Raw. You had stuff coming out on Game Boy like Betrayal and shit like that. It was...
Dude, fucking Betrayal. Oh my god. I like that game. It's so stupid, but it's enjoyable for what it was. Like just the little beat 'em up fucking wrestling game, and it wasn't long. You know, it was a fun little game just to bring with you on the go. I don't know, I played it a fuck ton.
Yeah, I need to see you play that on stream. That's
I have, dude. I have.
Yeah, I totally missed it.
I've played with everybody. Because there's only 4 people you can pick. So
yeah,
dude, it's fun. Speaking of, I have like I mastered it on retro achievements because it actually has a set, so I unlocked all the retro achievements on it.
Nice.
Like a real dork.
Yeah. Well, you like doing the achievement stuff in games, right? Like, you tend to like do a lot of them for like, because the emulator, it's not an emulator really, it's a parsec that has them built in.
No, the emulators do.
Oh, right. Cool.
Yeah.
It's, yeah, I was never really big into achievement hunting, but I do remember like the 360 period where achievements first came on the map. And they were really ingenious because they were like tied to like Dead Rising is the perfect example of that. The achievements actually meant you unlocked things in game, and it felt like it was really like an interesting way to kind of do it. But like I'd say past that point, achievements were just kind of like there's a thing that just goes off in the background. I'm like, oh, okay. or I just get annoyed it's going off in the game. But...
Oh no, dude. I remember when I got a 360 and then I don't remember the first one that ever popped or what game I was playing, but I remember seeing it and I'm like, what the fuck is that? You know, like,
yeah.
And then just the gamer score, I'm like, huh. And then like realizing that like you could see other people's score and like compare the games and see, I was like, oh man, like, like I got so addicted to it. I was like, hell yeah.
That was a good system when you put it that way. I know Doc's like big into achievement stuff as well. And there's probably people who like sell their consoles or sell their accounts that like have the most amount of like,
dude.
Like, you know, there's a reason like Doc was playing these terrible games on stream.
Dude, I was so into it. One of my old friends too, back in the day, he used to mod profiles, and I was like, you gotta fucking do my profile, max out all these games. I need my gamer score to be this high. like, like, dude, I was just like, no, I gotta have a high ass fucking score, whether it was legit or not.
Yeah, just wanted the number to go big.
Yeah, dude, it was bad. It was bad.
So what about like the current games that you kind of playing? Like, I know you're a big retro streamer like I am, but is there any like current stuff that you've been playing recently? Because I've been kind of dabbling with like Yakuza recently, and
dude,
that's one I know a lot of people hype up.
Oh yeah. So speaking of that, off stream right now, I finally got what is it exactly called? What is it? Fucking Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii.
Yeah.
I finally got a copy of that. I've been playing that off stream, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I love the Yakuza and the Like a Dragon series. I haven't played all of them yet, but I haven't played a bad one. They are so much fun. I love those. Like for a modern, a more well, I mean like they've been around for a long time, those games, but like for modern games for sure, something like that. Um and I'm really on the roguelike train right now. You know me. I've been playing a lot of Mega Bonk.
Yeah.
Like I've just been so into that. I don't know why. Like I don't know. It's doing a good job at making me addicted. So
Yeah.
having a lot
Yeah.
of fun with that.
You love some Mega Bong, brother.
I love bonking, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
What else? Is there any other modern games that like? I know a lot of people talk about Red Dead Redemption, Hollow Knight. Have you tried any of those?
well, Red Dead, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, that goes to say, like, that game is awesome. However, I won't like mega glaze it though. I love the game. It's a fantastic game. I only ever beat it once, like, Red Dead 2. Like,
Hmm.
for the life of me, I tried to go back to it. I was like, yeah, let me play this again, and then like, I just can't. I don't know why. Not because like I dislike it. I'm just like, I feel like it had most of its like charm the first playthrough. And not for
Yeah.
nothing, you already know what's gonna happen even during the first playthrough. You already know the end, you know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
like I guess like if I could wipe that memory and then replay it that way, sure. But the first Red Dead Redemption, not Revolver, fuck Revolver, I don't even like it that
Yeah.
much.
Fuck
But
Revolver.
yeah, but Red Dead Redemption, the first one, that one,
Hmm.
I can play that one over and over again. Like that one, I've
Yeah.
beaten. I think I've beaten that at least like 5 or 6 times, maybe.
Yeah.
You
That
know?
was probably my game of the decade, last decade.
Oh,
Definitely game of
unbelievable,
the generation.
so
Because
good.
it just took GTA in a completely different
Mhm.
way, and people were kind of like, I know you're a big fan of Full.
I love
Like
four. Yeah.
there's some people that just couldn't get away with it, and I think
Mm.
I might kind of be one of those people,
But
even
I
though I do like
understand.
it.
I
Yeah,
understand. Like, if you don't like it, I like the complaints about it are valid. Like, I
yeah,
completely understand. But those reasons why people don't like it is the exact reason why I like it, and not to be like, oh, they don't like this. Well, that means I'm gonna like this. I've just always liked that game. Always,
yeah.
always, always.
And it's such a departure from San Andreas as well,
Mhm.
because like for a lot of people, you can't touch San Andreas.
Right. The best-selling
So
PlayStation 2 game of all time, right there.
yeah, it didn't almost like matter what GTA 4 did, because it was never gonna like, there was always gonna be somebody bitching about something
Yeah,
about that game,
of
even though
course.
it does a lot of things right. But Red Dead Redemption kind of took what GTA 4 had, expanded
Mhm.
upon it. I think it used Max Payne 3 as well. I could be wrong on that, but
Oh, Max Payne
it
3 was another one that doesn't get talked about enough, in my opinion.
yeah, yeah. And it just kind of flourished as it
Yeah.
worked almost better in a
Mhm.
way. Like the whole system was really decent, but
Mhm.
the actual story of the game, I would never be one of those people that says like Grand Theft Autos have great stories, because a lot of
No,
people don't play them for that. They have
right.
great performances, great
Mhm.
characters, but
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption 1's story is
Oh,
pretty fucking fantastic,
it's
really.
amazing. It's one of the best, like, written games as well as performance that they've done. I would say Red Dead Redemption and GTA 4 for me are like they're like neck and neck for like the best written and directed and just overall cast performance. Those are the best ones in my
Yeah.
opinion. Five was really fantastic too. I've played it multiple times, but it's not even like a top 5 GTA game for me. You
Yeah.
know, like yeah, I don't know. Like it just I don't know. I do enjoy
I,
it. But
I find 5 to be a really bizarre like experience, because I've
yeah.
actually beaten 5 story like probably 3 times. I've never beaten GTA 4 story, and I would never even say that GTA 5 story is better. But there is something like you kind of want to see how it ends almost. It's not necessarily good, but it keeps you kind of like picking along with the game in a very good way. I feel like GTA 4 sometimes feels like I'm missing stuff by not like going outside the world, and that sounds like going outside the missions. I mean, but like with GTA 5, it did feel like it was a better complete experience. I suppose.
I understand, right? Yeah,
yeah.
Like
I think there was also the heists too.
oh yeah, five is probably the most fun GTA game. You know, like that. Like I remember being blown away by it. Like when it first came out, I was like, dude, this is fucking awesome. Obviously, I mean, everybody thought the same, and there's still people that still feel the same. It's one of the fucking biggest selling like online things ever right now. You know what I mean? Like, there's a reason for that. But like, I don't know. Like, four has like, as well as 5, 4 has like its own like aura to it.
Yeah.
You know, like 4 just seems like so real, and there's a lot of like mystery to it. And there's loads of layers. Like 5 has like some layering, but you can kind of like paint the picture when things are happening. 4, you kind of don't really know what to expect until you're introduced to someone else.
Yeah.
In that way.
4 feels very much like it's alive, like it's a living world. Whereas like 5, it's almost like when I'm given 5 compliments, they're almost like backhanded in a way, because when you beat the game, there's nothing to do in 5. The world just dies completely. The amount of money that you can make via heists is never enough unless you do the stock market cheat.
Yeah, exactly.
Buy everything.
To buy everything, yeah.
And then you realize there's nothing to buy everything for, and it's just like really hollow. 4 never feels hollow at like any point, really. You could just kind of like watch the world go by. Like, it's really funny coming out of Nico's first apartment and how easy it is to get in a fight with like several people.
Oh, you could
that diner.
Yeah, exactly. You could just walk in and one of the NPCs would just be like, "Hey, fuck you," and then it just starts a fight. Like, it's so funny. Like
to the point where you get cars like pulling up and shit.
It's great. Cars, it's so funny. It's so crazy. Like, I don't know. Yeah, like it's definitely like how you said, it's definitely more like lively. And like 5 has that, but only in like certain areas. Whereas like I feel like GTA 4, it's kind of like everywhere.
Yeah.
So like there's always something weird that's about to happen, like no matter where you are.
I feel like 5 is like that when it wants you to look at it. But when you're just kind of exploring yourself, it's like it doesn't show it off as much. Like I think that's what a lot of games do now. Like Resident Evil 4 is a great example. A lot of people like the remake. It's a good remake, but there's this thing that us kids used to have in video games, which were called loading screens, where like you'd have an area between another area.
Yep.
So for Resident Evil 4, that really works because you're getting chased down, and you're in that area. If you want to get out, you have to come back in, but you have to deal with them all.
Right.
In remake, it's like when you try to break the game, when you try to do something it doesn't want you to do, it doesn't like it. Because what I'd do is I would leave the area. I'd be like, okay, I'm getting swamped by like 18 Ganados here. I'm gonna back out this door, and they would all just like hit the door and then back off back to their spawn point. And I was just like, I get it. I understand why this is happening, but it just takes you out of the game completely. And I feel like that's what like 5 is kind of like, when you really, the mark of a good game to me is when you don't do what the game says, when you push back and then something unexpected happens.
Right.
Like Kojima was amazing at doing stuff like that on Metal Gear. and the GTA's like 3 for me is my favorite world. There's something about the atmosphere of 3 which is just
Liberty City.
Yeah.
Yep, it's just Liberty City, man. I think that's
Because
just
I
what it
remember,
is. Like Liberty City,
yeah.
it just has like that gritty, just it literally does have its own vibe. Like that's that's it. Like it's I think it's just the location itself. It's its own just like prop for the
Yeah.
whole thing, you know?
It's the location, and I think it's the engine as well, because
Yeah.
it's just like if you step away from like it's just a big like dollhouse almost. Like
Yeah.
you get this feeling that nothing's real in the world, but it works towards its benefit rather than its detriment with 5. Because
Right.
5 you expect to be lively, 3 is kind of you don't get like you want to be isolated in 3 because it's a very it's threatening. I mean, you can like as the more you progress through the game, the more areas you really can't go to.
Yeah, it gets more deadly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they specifically do that because the guy with the mafia, the shotguns, they aren't there until specifically you do that mission.
Dude. Oh my god, man. Going back to Portland after the Leone family is like ordered to kill you is it's like impossible to drive around.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, they blow you up like immediately. Like one shotgun shell and you're done. Like oh my god.
I mean, I would even go as far to say, like, I know people love Vice City. I love Vice City.
Vice City's my favorite.
I never felt the same connection to the town, but I think that's also because they have like a massive beach in Vice City, and I think they cut a lot of content around it, or they didn't have time, so it's just kind of a blank area.
Yeah.
The map's pretty small too, but there's a lot of memorable moments on the map still, like the nightclub, which I can't remember the name of. It's something to begin with
the
M,
Malibu.
right?
Yeah, the Malibu Club.
Malibu.
Yeah.
So like the newer games are kind of they're just not the same developers, really. If we have to be honest, they're not gonna do the same kind of thing.
But dude, even the same developers, like the big dogs and shit, no one's really they're not hitting like they used to. You know, like,
I don't think there's any innovation really.
Yeah, no. Yeah, everyone found their winning formula and they're just like, all right, let's just keep doing this, and they don't listen to their audience. And like, I mean, look at fucking Call of Duty now. Like, everybody's starting to be like, fuck Call of Duty.
Yeah.
You know, even the biggest fans of it and stuff, you know. I used to love it once upon a time. I mean, I think everybody did at one point. There was a heyday for it, and you know, like yeah, nah, man, it's bad. I mean, obviously we all know all the sports games are completely fucking garbage now. Like like it's really bad. However, I will say I did play a little bit. Like, I have NBA 2K26. I will say this one's actually pretty good. This one's actually a big improvement from like the last ones that I've played. So this one I do kind of enjoy. But like, I know it's called FC now, but formerly FIFA and stuff, like that shit is that's not what it used to be. Madden's fucking dumb now. You don't even need to try for Madden anymore. And shit. Like, sports games are just you know.
Well, I'm like a big boxing fan as well, so like
but there isn't even like a good boxing game anymore, really, right?
No, there's Undisputed, which is all right to be fair, but like in terms of the way we used to get them every year, but they used to have like the amount of technological changes in a boxing game is very interesting to look at gameplay wise, because there's certain games that don't change much, but boxing was just evolving every year. Combat games like MMA, you look at the games between UFC Undisputed and like whatever they were doing on PS1. I think there was like just the Ultimate Fighting Championship.
Yeah.
The jump in sports games, like for niche subjects anyway, was really good. But the big ones like FIFA, they probably just cashed. I think it was like 2007. They were already just putting out game by numbers, and everybody looked like mannequins to me as well. Like all the players looked just like strange. It was.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, I mean, like eventually, everybody like they all started to look like themselves and stuff, but everybody felt the same.
Yeah,
you know, like except if you were, depending on like who you were, you would have like your signature like animations and stuff like that or whatever. But FIFA used to actually be like fun, you know. Now I feel it's just not fun. I don't know. And it's funny because like it's like the same shit. It's literally the same thing, but like it just doesn't feel the same anymore.
Yeah, a lot of people just don't care though, dude. They'll just play it online. Like I've got a dude that lives next to me who's just shouting his head off at like probably like an 8-year-old he's playing with and just raging out, and he's just saying like quit, fucking quit, and I'm just like what? But that's you know, dude, that's just the way it is.
Yep.
On the Call of Duty front as well, I know what you mean, because I was like an OG with Call of Duty.
Oh,
Like, I didn't start with 4. I started like at 1, Call of Duty 1, where we used to play it online. Like my dad had it, so I played it online. And what you would do is you'd have no bullets, so you'd have to run around and hit people with the butt of your gun.
That's
so
awesome.
It was kind of like a melee mode.
Yeah. That's sick.
The amount of hours I spent playing that, and like Call of Duty 4, which was probably the peak. I think a lot of people would say.
Yeah,
4 was probably the
4
peak.
and Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
With like that was, oh my god. Like it's hard to like tell people how much of a big deal it was to go from an amazing game like 4 to Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
To be like, how did you just get so much better from this thing, and now like it went from like holy shit to oh my god. Like you know, like it was, what a fucking time that was. So crazy. So crazy.
Was that the one with the airport intro, or was that a different one?
The airport one is Modern Warfare 2. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably the point where you can see where the modern Call of Duties have came from, because it's still that.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of almost tired and formulaic now, I suppose.
Yeah.
But people I mean, I couldn't understand, like, I was watching some Turtles DLC of, like, a gun where it turned into a bong, and then, like, some guy got killed by a Ninja Turtle, and then he did a dance at the top of the stairs, and I was just like, what is this?
Yeah, all the skins now. Yeah, like...
Yeah.
It's, there's just so many skins.
I can't understand. Nice. Right, okay, so like stepping aside from video games for a little bit, what was your childhood generally like? What did you get up to for fun and stuff? Were you a wrestling fan as a kid as well? You probably were, right?
Oh yeah, for literally also for as long as I can remember. I remember being in like kindergarten and being a wrestling fan.
Oh, nice.
So I was really, really young. I was like 5 or something like that. So I was in kindergarten in what, like 1999 or something like that. So I was literally watching like peak Attitude Era as a very small child.
Yeah.
So that was good. Yeah, I was very much a WWF kid. I did not watch WCW that much. I maybe ever watched it like, I want to say maybe like 2 or 3 times, but I did play the games. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I got into WCW first because we had like TNT, and it was like the 3-hour broadcasts, which was like 99, so it was like Horace Hogan, and I think like Kurt Hennig was like a backstage personality or something.
I think at one point he was, because he was with like the NWO, but then some shit fucking happened with him. I don't know. I think he might have had an injury. I don't remember.
Yeah, and I think I remember the first SmackDown that I ever watched. I can never forget. I, for some reason, can remember the very first match that was on that, and I'd advise anybody, if you cared or wanted to see if I was right, if the first match on SmackDown after the Royal Rumble is Billy Gunn versus Al Snow, because I guarantee it is. Like, that's how deep my memory goes.
Wow. That's a fucking SmackDown match if I've ever heard one.
Yeah. hell yeah. Opener, what a match opener.
Yeah. I love
Billy
it, though.
Gunn was really good too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was like the straight after the Royal Rumble, dude, in 2000. Like, can you imagine
that Rumble?
Like,
well, that pay-per-view was good. That Rumble kind of sucks, but that pay-per-view was good.
Oh man, that's my favorite Royal Rumble, honestly. 2000.
The Rumble match itself is very like there's a lot of good matches on that pay-per-view. Like I like the D'Lo and Val Venus. The European title match is good. Fucking dude, the table match with the Hardys and the Dudleys is insane. And how can you forget the Triple H and Cactus Jack match? Like,
yeah,
like that match rules. Oh, it's so good. That's one of my all-time favorites. Is that match?
Yeah, that match is great. I always watch that back.
So
when I was getting my mother into wrestling, that was like one of the first I went to.
Hell yeah.
It's golden. But no, I really do love that Rumble. I've watched it so many times. I've always thought like X-Pac should have actually won it, because he gets a spot where he gets thrown out and then he comes back in.
Yeah.
Or Rikishi as well.
Rikishi was nuts. Yeah, he just destroyed everybody. That was cool.
Yeah.
That would have been fun.
Definitely. Anything else in childhood other than wrestling, though?
Childhood?
A skateboarder or anything?
So I was really into sports, mostly basketball, because like our dad, all of us were in sports. Me, my sisters, him, even my mom, like to an extent, because like my mom used to bowl, and that's technically a sport here. so like all of us did something. So like baseball, basketball, football, just whatever. And then as I got older, I got into soccer and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was usually a lot of sports and just going to the park, just playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and video games. Like that was really a big thing. Just stuff like that.
We had it made as kids. We had like generational like leaps in video games and the ability to go outside without smartphones.
That was
an amazing time.
Yeah.
It really was.
Yeah, like you actually had to like call your fucking friend on the landline.
Yep.
And be like, hey, do you want to hang out? And then be like, all right, I'm coming right now. Like, like don't leave so you can let me in or whatever,
Or you had to knock on the door of your friend to ask if they were allowed out that
day.
Exactly. Sometimes they weren't.
You had to be like, fuck, I just wasted all this time coming here.
Yeah. The adventures of childhood. They were great. What about like, because I obviously want to kind of like transition this into music and Clone Hero at some point.
Sure. Sorry, real quick though. I did skate. I sucked, but I did skate too.
You skated.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah, I was very much into that scene too. But as I got older, I was into it. I got more into that in like the 6th grade for me. So how old is that? Like
about 11?
Yeah, like 11, 12, somewhere around there. I was very into it for like a couple years. Like I still like the culture of it, but I gave up on skating a long time ago. But I do like to, like I'm very much into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have been about probably the same age, but it was when like Tony Hawk Underground came out, so it was really big and really popular, and you weren't like looked as a nerd if you skated and stuff. So there was a time period which I guarantee a lot of people would find hard to believe if they weren't around, but there was a time for 2-3 years where like skateboarding was really big.
Oh
like,
it was
really
huge.
Yeah.
Oh man, like especially in like the early to like mid 2000s, it really took off because, you know, like Tony Hawk already was like a household name by that point. Like I've been playing the Tony Hawk game since the first one also, and shit, and like Bam Margera like really made like I know everybody says Tony Hawk, but like Bam Margera really put it into like the mainstream.
Yeah.
You know, because he had, you know, like Viva La Bam and Jackass at the time and stuff like that. Like it really like glamorized it. And like it was like, whoa. And then eventually, you know, like Rob Dyrdek comes along, and then Robin Big and the Fantasy Factory and all that stuff like that. That even elevated it more too. And shit, like there was a big boom for skateboarding. And they, yeah, most people, they have no idea. Like they just have no idea.
Yeah, and it kind of like it sort of spurred ear on to do like Skate.
And I love those games.
Some people still say like Skate 2 is the pinnacle of skateboarding games. Yeah, maybe not so much Skate 3, I believe. But
Skate 3 was really good. 2 is my favorite. Like 2 was like damn. like that. Yeah. I'm like, this is a skating game. This is good.
Yeah, I think I made it to like American Wasteland, and then just something about it was. I might have played Project 8 as well. I'm not sure.
I had Project 8. Yeah, I played it a little bit, but that was the last. That was the last one I ever got.
Yeah, but it was a nice little time period where you had like a new Lord of the Rings game, a new skateboarding game, a new wrestling game, and a new GTA every year.
It was crazy. Yeah, like it was. It was like one of the best times for just video games. And to me, at least personally, to me, I think it was. I mean, like obviously, like gaming is in like a shitter right now, but also it's still fantastic because there's so many indie developers that are around now that make fantastic games, or you know, even some of the bigger ones are still kind of good. But like, I like that there's more opportunity for anybody to like make something that's quality now. Whereas, you know, back in the day, you did have to wait, but for the most part, you waited and it was something really good, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas, like, you know, at least now, like, you can literally just open up the Steam store and just be like, what am I going to play today? And there's endless things, you know? So it's like, that's cool. But
it's cool, but I find that so difficult.
Yeah.
I honestly feel like we're not at an evolutionary state to even have that amount of choice. It's so overwhelming.
it can be. Yeah.
Crazy. I was gonna say something there, but I totally forgot what it was.
No, I will not make out with you.
That actually weirdly is one of my next points. I had Adam Sandler written down. I was like, am I going to segue Adam Sandler into this? Yeah, but you probably, like me, watched a lot of Adam Sandler movies when you were younger, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Next time we do this show, I think I'm going to have like a quiz for you, where I'll have quotes from the movies and you can
oh my god.
But there won't be really obvious ones as well. Okay. I'll try my best to make them very subtle.
I just blow it. Yeah, blow. Yeah. Just get all of them wrong.
Yeah. I mean, all of Adam Sandler movies back then were pretty great. I mean, Waterboy, Big Daddy. I don't even have to name them really.
Oh yeah.
You had those. You even had like spin-offs like Deuce Bigelow. Some people hate that movie, but
dude, I love that movie. I love that. The first one is so good. I love that. I quote that all the time.
Yeah. That's a huge bitch.
Yeah, exactly. Like dude, like come on.
That's a great movie.
Hell yeah.
I was gonna bring up music as well. So like how your music taste at the moment, I know you're into a lot, you listen to a lot of stuff as well.
I do, yeah.
when did you kind of like get to that point, or have you always just been like a kid that's like listened to the same stuff, or of like how's your music journey kind of went really? Like, did you start with the more rock stuff, or did you kind of like graduate to that point?
So, music. This is gonna be so funny. So I remember my music, I guess, career. I remember it also starting for as long as I can remember, and like it kind of went hand in hand with wrestling, because my cousin was the one who also got me into wrestling. He also helped like introduce me to a lot of music, as well as my sisters and like my mom and my dad. So like a lot of tastes from all over the place. So I remember having like an affinity for hip hop as a little kid. So
Yeah.
And just growing up, like, you know, like where I lived and shit, like everybody, it was just that, you know, for the most part. So like yeah, also for like as long as I can remember, I'm just kindergarten, first grade, just singing along to like DMX and shit.
Listening to Slayer and DMX.
Yeah. Well, no, not Slayer, not at that point, no. But for sure, DMX and fucking like Limp Bizkit and shit. Limp Bizkit. Yeah, obviously Eminem and you know shit like that. I was into classic rock and stuff like that too, mostly from like my dad and my mom at the time, and my sisters got me into like R&B and stuff like that at a very young age. So it wasn't till I got like a bit older, like teenager, like I want to say maybe like 13, 14 is when I really started to explore more of like rock and stuff like that. And then by the time I was 15, I started playing instruments and shit like that. So then I went from there. Then I really like broadened my horizons. But I used to be a real dickhead about music. I used to be one of those people that'd be like, ew, you like this? Yeah, you like this shit? Ugh. I was a very annoying teenager, and probably still a very annoying adult, but but I don't do that.
You now, I couldn't imagine you being like that, dude. You would never be like that now.
Yeah.
Like, what are you listening to My Chemical Romance?
You know, it's funny. I was very much into My Chem, and I still love them, but no, but it was funny. I was very picky about shit, like I don't know, like I like really hated like screamo and like post-hardcore at the time and stuff for no reason at all, you know, like things like that. I was just like, that's dumb, literally, that's dumb.
That's dumb.
Yeah, like literally. And then as I got older, I fuck with that shit so much, like like, oh my god, I love it so much.
I find it would happen drunk for me. Like getting drunk actually helps with listening to music, because honestly, like, music is so good when you're drunk. But, like,
oh hell yeah,
you'll find yourself kind of like playing stuff that you normally would not put on sober, and you're just like, this is a straight bop. Like,
because sometimes you're not really paying attention to it, you're just feeling it, you know, and you're just like, oh, like, all right, like, I get it. Yeah.
I kind of liked mainstream music when I was younger, and then like obviously I was into like Eminem and Limp Bizkit, stuff like that when I was 11. Kind of like typical teenager, and then it didn't change for me until I was like 18 or 19, and I was just pretty much like smoking weed, like a ton of weed, and I was just like, I got really into like J-pop, and then I got into K-pop. And then from that, like, I just got into like old school pop music, pretty much anything. So at this point, like, my Spotify, like, I have one of those like Spotify playlists or music playlists that I could not put on at like a party environment. It would just, the amount of like fear and like pressure that would be on me, not knowing what's gonna come next on a very crazy playlist.
I totally get you. Yeah.
Like video game music. I
Oh
got
yeah.
really into video game music when I was older too.
Yeah.
Because
Me
there's
too.
something about like Final Fantasy VII, for example, like the soundtrack, just you never get sick of it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's video games. It's really like obvious when tracks are like good or not. Like, because I played Expedition 33. And that game opens with like a track in the first area where it's like a vocal, like a melody,
Okay.
but she's got vocals over the track, and it's a nice track, but like after the second or third time you hear it, because you have to keep repeating a really hard boss battle,
Okay. Yeah.
you get sick of it
Oh,
immediately.
yeah. That
So
sucks.
it's almost like an art when video game music is really good. Like I remember listening to you played Donkey Kong the other day,
Oh,
and that music soundtrack was so good.
dude.
I couldn't
Oh,
believe it.
all three of them. All three of the trilogy, the Donkey Kong Country games and Super Nintendo. They're incredible. They're absolutely
Yeah.
incredible. It's I'm still like blown away how they were able to do that on that crazy sound chip and shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, how did you make like video game masterpieces?
Yeah. Like, well, like GoldenEye as well.
Yeah,
Or,
GoldenEye's crazy. Yeah, that shit, the
Yeah.
pause music is fucking
so good.
oh my god. I don't even play GoldenEye and I know the music. That's just like the volumes that like certain video game soundtracks speak, or like you don't even know, like you don't play the game, you know the music. Like for me, that's like Legend of Zelda. I don't play those games, I know the music. It's so iconic,
Yeah.
you know.
Spider-Man had a really good soundtrack on the PS1 too. That has like a
Fucking-
kind of, I think Neversoft did it. That soundtrack is amazing.
fucking Spider-Man 2. the pizza delivery song.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a classic, man.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, obviously we both play Clone Hero. Some of us
Yes.
better than others.
I don't know.
You started with was it the original Guitar Hero you started with on
Yeah.
PS2, was it?
Yeah, I started on Guitar Hero 2. And then eventually down the line, I grabbed Guitar Hero 1 and realized how much of a mistake that was. that game is so fucking hard. It doesn't even work properly. That's the thing. It doesn't work correctly.
Which songs are on the first one?
The first one had an amazing soundtrack. It's got like Bark at the Moon. It's got Take Me Out from like Franz Ferdinand. I think it had Fat Lip from Sum 41.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it had Thunder Kiss 65, I believe, is on it. No, White Zombie. Like, there's a lot of really, really good songs on it, but they're all like covers. But
Yeah.
but really good selection though, and shit. The second game, some songs were actually licensed, like from the actual artist. Some of them, not all of them, but also a fantastic selection.
Yeah. But 3 was where it really changed, right?
3, like, that's when, yeah, like they got like more people involved with it. You know, like they had Slash and like Tom Morello in the game, and then Bret Michaels technically, because he was But it's funny because they got Bret Michaels, but they didn't get the licensed song from Poison. so
they didn't, did they?
No, they didn't. It was a cover. So like, yeah, like that one, they had way more licensed music. Still same thing though, like a lot of covers, and then eventually, I think it was World Tour. All of it was was it? No, actually, it wasn't even all of it. The majority of it was full licensed music. I think there was maybe like a couple of covers, and then after that, it was all just fully licensed stuff.
Yeah. I think I became like a really big fan of it with Rock Band.
Yeah, I loved Rock Band, yeah.
Because I think I just liked the style of it more. It seemed easier to kind of pick up and play, really. And I think the DLC was just like you.
Oh yeah.
At that point, you were getting everything on
Rock
like
Band.
Xbox.
Yeah, Rock Band was just like blowing Guitar Hero out of the water. I mean, like because at one point, Guitar Hero, like they would just stop making DLC because they're like, all right, we need to make the next game, and like Rock Band's life cycle would last so much longer because of all of the constant songs that they were releasing.
Yeah.
You know, so then eventually when the next game came out, you got all of the songs that you had purchased already to go follow you into the next game, whereas the Guitar Hero games, they didn't like go to the next game.
Yeah.
And shit, you
I
know.
mean, if you've still got a copy out there of an Xbox 360 or whatever console, and you have like Rock Band 1, 2, and 3 imported to like Rock Band 4.
Oh
or
yeah.
even if you just have the first 3, that is a gold mine.
Yeah.
Because I think me and you would agree, as much as we love Clone Hero and it's a great piece of software, imagine if you could stick like a game on top of it, basically.
Yeah.
Like Rock Band can.
Yeah, I know.
It's,
I wish.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I like that at least, like now, at least like on the emulators and shit like that too. You can just get one of the Rock Band games and you can throw all the DLC right into it, and then you have the game again. You
I
know.
didn't even know that.
Oh yeah. You can definitely do that.
You're gonna have to hook me up with that.
Yeah, I got you, dude.
I haven't actually touched Rock Band on any emulator yet, because Clone Hero just does such a great job, you know.
No, yeah, and Clone Hero just, it works. You know what I mean? Like, it's so just install. It's literally install, plug in a controller of your choice, and play. Like,
yeah,
it's so simple, and drag and drop the charts. That's it. It's so simple.
So much customization that you can do. Like, I'm somebody that plays, which Beats finds really weird. Like, I can play with the notes really far
Oh my
away.
god, yeah, they're so far. Like his highway will like start, like it'll be all the way up here, and mine will stop like here. You know, and I'm like, how do you fucking? But he says the same thing to me. He's like, I can't even anticipate, and I'm like, I can't look at all of that. Like, it's so funny.
It's really strange to me as well, though, because I used to be able to do that as a kid. I used to be able to play like breakneck, you know, like Now my tired brain is just like, let's just slow this all down and then enjoy the ride.
Yeah,
it's very intense when you get like you got a lot of notes to hit, because they all just like bunch together at that point.
Yeah. It's the same. I don't use hyperspeed or breakneck speed anymore either. Like, I used to, like, because I'm like, I gotta space the notes a little bit, but like, I don't even do it anymore. I'm like, I don't care. I'm like,
yeah, really, it doesn't matter. It's almost like a kind of placebo for your brain. Just to
it really
keep
is.
up with it.
Yeah. Like all it's really used for is just for you to just understand the spacing in between the notes. That's all ever people really used it for.
Yeah.
You know.
So when did you get time for the Guitar Hero and Rock Band games? Were you kind of like, were you playing them at arcades, or were you playing them at parties, or it was a case of you just like kind of playing it by yourself in the background?
Well,
whenever
my another one of my old friends, he had Guitar Hero 2. And I know at one point he had Guitar Hero 1 also, but we didn't really like play that one that much. But I remember he had 2. I was just like, oh, this looks cool. Cause like at the time, a couple of my friends, they were playing instruments before I was and stuff like that. So like, I was just like, oh, that's actually like really neat. Like a game that has a guitar controller and stuff like that. I was like, that's pretty cool. So then eventually I got it and then started playing by myself, and then with them, and it just kind of like went from there. And then I remember that same friend got Guitar Hero 3, and I remember like just being like, holy shit, like when Guitar Hero 3 finally came out, because I loved Guitar Hero 2 so much and stuff, and 3 was just like, whoa, you know.
when did you feel yourself like getting good at the game, or did you just always feel like you were progressing?
I sucked. I always sucked in the beginning. Like, I was so bad. I literally started on easy. Like, no bullshit. Like, I started on easy, and then I can kind of remember one of my sister's ex-boyfriends at the time. He was just like, oh yeah, I play that too. I play on medium. I was like, no way. You know, like, you know, so like he's like yeah, he's like, I like to play Sweet Child of Mine. Now mind you, I didn't even know there was like songs to unlock from like the encores in career mode, because you have to play all the songs in the set to unlock the encore, which was the bonus song. So I didn't know that. I would just unlock the next set, and then I would just like, okay, next set. I wouldn't do the encores or whatever. So I was like, that song's not even in the game. What are you talking about? And then then he introduced me to that, and I'm like, oh fuck. So I was like, okay, cool. Like,
yeah,
that's awesome. And then I was like, all right, I gotta play medium now. This guy plays medium. I gotta do blue button. You know, like
gotta do blue button.
I gotta do the blue button now.
Just looking at the orange button, just
sweating.
Yeah,
I'm just like, oh no, I'm like, that's not happening, dude. I'm like, blue's tough enough. I gotta use my pinky. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
You know, and still to this day, where like when I go and I hop on Clone Hero, you still hear me. I'm like, oh, my fucking pinky, because like I always suck with my pinky.
Yeah, it betrays you sometimes, man. It just totally doesn't listen. Like, I've got a kind of fucked up pinky because like it was around like New Year when I was like 9 or 10, and like I left my pinky out there, and the wind just slammed the front door shut on it. I have no idea how it stayed on.
Oh my god.
Like, since that point, like my little finger is just sometimes doesn't want to do the job, brother. It's not doing it.
It's not working for you, dude.
Yeah, it's not laying down. It's keeping the strap.
Fucking oh, so I kind of remember the point where I was like, oh, I must be kind of good now. So I skipped hard, and I was like, I'm fucking playing expert. I was like, if I'm gonna jump to orange, I said I'm skipping hard. So I started playing on expert, still on like Guitar Hero 2 mostly, and then eventually I did it on Guitar Hero 3, and then the same friends who were playing it way before me, they would ask me like, hey, can you try to help me beat these really hard songs? So then I was just like, oh, I'm like, okay, like that must mean like I'm good now in a sense.
Yeah.
You know, but even then I still like, I wouldn't beat them, but I would get further than they would, and then eventually I would get further and further and further until I finally could do it. But I still did kind of suck, but I was like, hey, I'm playing though, like I'm doing it on expert or whatever. So
oh god, that just reminded me of a time. It's a weird story, but it reminds me of the first time that I played Guitar Hero 3 in a sexually charged environment, which was one of the worst experiences ever. So I went to meet this chick at our house, and we were both like 18. And like, we're like, oh, what are we gonna do before we, get down to canoodling, which is obviously going to. So it's like, oh, we'll put on Guitar Hero. So I'm playing like Guitar Hero 3 with a girl pretty much on my lap. Like, I think it was like Talk Dirty to Me or some shit like that.
Perfect.
Just missing all of the notes for like 2 minutes until I just press the button. I'm just like, let's stop.
Yeah.
The game, not the canoe. But yeah, at that point, I was not very good at Guitar Hero. I could not perform under pressure.
Dude, it's those Guitar Hero games. They're fucking hard, man. Like Clone Hero is so much easier compared to like the Guitar Hero engines and some of those charts. Holy shit. Like, I went back and I played Guitar Hero 3 like not too long ago, like fairly recently, maybe like last month or so. Actually, no, back in like October. I was playing it and I was like, fuck, dude. Like, this is hard. I was like, this game is fucking hard. I'm like, I mean, like, I beat the songs, but I was like, wow, like, I don't remember it being this, like, challenging. Even on, like,
Yeah.
easy songs, like the beginning songs, I was like, wow, like, they really didn't, like, hold your hand back then,
Yeah.
you know? Whereas, like, now, obviously, there's insane charts now. But, like, a lot of them are charted in a more understanding way where you're like, this makes sense to me.
Say that.
No, but
You may
like
say that.
no, but like easy songs will actually be charted to be easy and understanding, whereas like back in the day on Guitar Hero it would be like, this is an easy song, I'm gonna put a stupid spot to throw you off. like they did that a lot where I was like, that doesn't make sense, why did they do that?
Yeah.
There was a lot of that.
But I did kind of like that element of the earlier guitar games, really, because they were more like Through the Fire and the Flames, for example. That is like an endurance test or Jordan, as opposed to like you're gonna hit every note of this at some point. I don't think like when they were making the game at that point they were ever like, oh, somebody's gonna be able to do this 100%.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Now there's people out there that do that, like, and make money off it and shit. It's pretty crazy.
It's amazing.
But I did like the vibe of the earlier games where it was just like, see if you can get through this song, as opposed to because I think it's more, I guess it's, you're more naive because you first playing the game, but like it has that feeling of, you know, like you're really accomplishing something. Where sometimes it feels like you're playing songs just to like be like, fuck, I missed that note. If you know what I mean, like you're playing something expert, you're like, god damn it.
Yeah, that's kind of how I am now, where I'm just like, fuck, I missed. I'm like an easy spot, you know, and I'm just like, why does that matter? I'm like, just play the game.
Yeah.
Like, but that's the thing. Like, I got so competitive into it. Now, mind you, I always say all the time, I'm not like a fantastic player. Like, I'm aware that I'm good at the games, but I can't play every fucking single song, you know? Like, still to this day, I can't beat Through the Fire and Flames. I can't.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I can't fucking do it. However, I've beaten Jordan multiple times. I don't know. I don't know how I can beat Jordan. Not very good, but well, I don't know. To be fair, I haven't played it in a long time. Like, I think on Clone Hero, I think I've 5-starred it, but on actual Guitar Hero 2, I think the most I've ever gotten was 4, because that engine is completely different. But that's also, I mean, you've seen that chart. That chart's ridiculous. But dude, like Through the Fire and Flames is like such like a bullshit song. Like I don't know. Like, I can play hard songs. You've seen it, but there's just something about that song, I can't do it. I don't know.
How would you describe the difference between the engines, you know, for like a plebeian like me, when who's just kind of like, how would it be harder necessarily? So on Clone Hero, the hit windows are so much bigger. So like, you know, like it lines up here, like the buttons that you're supposed to press, and when you're supposed, like the strike line, you can like the size of the gem, like the color, it's like this, but you have this much like space to hit it early or late. You know what I mean? On Clone Hero. Whereas you're playing Guitar Hero 2, you're still here and you have this as your window. Yeah, so you got to be spot on, basically.
You have to be so fucking spot on, especially with like the hammer-ons and the pull-offs too. Like, you have to be so accurate, where Clone Hero, you can hold the color like before you even get to it, and it'll like play it for you. You know what I mean? Like, it's easier. Yeah, it's easier in that sense, but it also makes it more like accessible for more people to play it, you know? Yeah. Which I love that. And I love Clone Hero. Even if it is easy or whatever, like, you could still accomplish crazy feats on it and shit. Definitely. But, you know, but there's definitely something different where you go and you play some of these songs on the old hardware and you're like, fuck, like that's more impressive to get that FC on that game than to play it on Clone Hero or Yarg or something like that, you know, because the engines are so different.
Well, the frame rate would be off. Like,
Yeah,
wouldn't it be like that would be a
yeah.
problem in
Frame rate
the
is
beginning, really.
completely different. Yeah, it's completely
Yeah.
different. Because yeah, I mean, yeah, you play Clone Hero, you can have uncapped, unlimited frame rate. Whereas, depending on what you're playing on whatever console, you're either stuck at 60 or 30 or 50,
Yeah.
depending on your
Yeah.
region. So,
True.
you know, like it makes a world of difference with that stuff too.
I think Rock Band was the point when I started improving. Probably Rock Band 2 actually, because that was the point where I was like expert in FC and like easy songs, to be fair, like City and Soul,
Still,
Maps.
no,
But like
still.
that's when I was able to do that.
FC's
And
an
I came-
FC. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
you'll take it. But when I came back to Clone Hero and we started playing, I actually started getting pretty good. And it's probably the beauty of the game, because you can feel yourself progressing always. You know when you're in like a bad funk, or you know when you're on fire, and you can just
Oh yeah,
feel
you feel it. Yeah, absolutely.
So you can just step back to a song that you couldn't play like whenever, even if it's like haunted you from like consoles for years.
Right.
Stick it on, and 9 times out of 10 you'll find that you're generally at least hitting one note that you're not hitting previously.
Yeah.
Like I think I'm up to 4 stars on Soothsayer now.
Dude, yeah, see, like
on-
that's fucking hard. That's hard as shit to do. That's so
Yeah.
hard. That's incredible.
Like it's because like sometimes you'll get a pattern on Clone Hero which is quite easy, but it keeps repeating, and it kind of drains you, or sometimes you're just not focusing. Like,
Yeah.
I've had that happen a bunch of times too, where it's like, this is fine, but
Yeah.
you're playing it for 2 minutes and you're just like, shit, Pinky gives up on you. That's
Yeah. Oh, dude, that happens all the time. Like, it'll be something so dumb. You're just like, okay, I'm doing this for eternity, and then you do the switch up, and you're like, okay, back to this thing, and then you're just like, what just happened? Like, you just missed, and you're like, what? Like,
yeah, it's frustrating.
I hate that shit. You see me where I'm just like, fuck, and I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm not even mad at it. And like in the back of my head, I'm like, you fucking suck, you idiot. How'd you do that? And I'm just like, nah, I'm good. I'm good.
I'm like that constantly but it's also like you playing on hard mode. I like to play on hard mode, but the charts are worse, because I told you to play like a Paramore song, which was like You First.
Yep.
It's literally fine on expert. It's so delightful.
I told
But
you.
when I was playing it on hard, and it's just ridiculous. It's just like, why is somebody charted it this way?
Yep.
But it's just the way it is, because the jump from hard to expert is sometimes, like as you said, it's not necessarily that expert is harder. It's just like it's differently charted almost.
Yeah,
in some cases.
it's just charted like more accurately to like how the song is played, at least for the most part in that sense. So like sometimes playing on lower difficulties for me, it's much harder than just playing on an expert, because like most of the songs I go back to, I know how I'm supposed to like play, you know, like in my head. So I'm like, okay, on expert I know it's this, and then you go and you play on hard and not all the notes are there, and you're like, oh fuck, like like I have to like pause and then be like, oh you know, or even play on like medium, you're just like, fuck, like, all right, like I'm losing a button now, how fast is this song gonna be, and actually how many notes for it, like will there be, like it's hard to go and play on like lower difficulties for me, at least. Like that's when I actually have to like speed the game back up so I can play according.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay, here's an interesting question for you. To wrap up the kind of Clone Hero section. Let's say you can only play 5 songs on Clone Hero for the rest of your life.
Oh man.
what would they be and why? And that can be just the general song, or it can be because of the chart.
Jeez.
What would be your 5 go-tos?
Oof. Damn, that's fucking. Wow,
That just came to me out of nowhere.
That's a thinker. That's a real fucking thinker.
Throw this one at him.
Oh.
Like, if you want me to go first, I can like put a couple. Like, I think Soothsayer would probably be there for me.
I would have to say Soothsayer. Even though like I can't FC it, it's just such a good song. You know, like it's just too good. Like it's too good. Like if I had to keep any Buckethead, I would throw Jordan away for Soothsayer.
Yeah.
You know, like yeah, Soothsayer for sure would be one. Oh man, dude, this is like so fucking hard to think of because I played thousands upon thousands of charts over the years. I'm just like, I don't know. I really don't know.
I'd probably put Mr. Crowley on there. Not necessarily because it's a very hard like chart or anything. It's just it's a fun song to play.
It is a fun song to play. Damn. You know, if you put Mr. Crowley, I would probably say Crazy Train, just because like the solo, you know, like the solos are more fun for me.
Yeah.
And stuff like fair. that. Damn. Or if I had to pick a different one, I'd Bark at the Moon. That's another one. Yeah. You know, for like an Aussie choice, because those songs are just so much fun.
I think While My Guitar Gently Weeps, the Beatles version, like on the rock band itself, that was good.
Speaking of Beatles rock band, Dig a Pony, I would absolutely throw Dig a Pony in there. It's one of my favorite charts, and it's like it's my favorite Beatles song.
Yeah.
So
Dig a Pony.
Yeah. Trying to think. Impulse from an Endless Sporadic. Yeah, like that's to represent more for Guitar Hero 3. I mean, I know I said Soothsayer already, but Impulse, that too good. That's too good.
Well, why don't we do it a different way? Why don't we just name one song from each game? Because that might be an easier way to do it.
Yeah.
Like if I were to say Guitar Hero 3, I would probably Guitar Hero 3's hard, honestly, because there's some really good songs on there.
Yeah.
There's like Closer by Lacuna Coil.
Oh yeah, Lacuna Coil, yeah.
Block Party
by Helicopter. Yeah.
Oof, and
that's a
like,
banger.
I don't remember who do it. But Priestess, I think, Lay Down. That's a fucking underrated track.
Before I forget, and like Slipknot and shit, like.
Yeah. So even then, it's pretty hard to name one off that. But I'd probably pick Closer of Lacuna Coil because I just love that song. It's great.
If I had to pick base game for Guitar Hero 3, I would either put FCP Remix or Impulse. I mean, because you know I love Fall of Troy, so.
Yeah.
It would. Yeah, it'd either have to be FCP Remix or Impulse from an Endless Sporadic, and then like DLC, obviously it's Soothsayer, like without a question. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I really played many of the other Guitar Heroes other than 3, but like Rock Band 1 and Rock Band 2 I know quite well.
Oh, I played all of them.
Yeah.
Except for the handheld ones. I didn't play those two. I know that my wife, I don't know if she had both of them. I know she had at least one of them.
Yeah, it had like an accessory, right? It was like a little plug-in for the DS or something. That was pretty cool, man. That just shows how big those games were at that time.
But it was only 4 buttons, and you had a little pick, and you had to use the touch screen to strum.
Oh.
Yeah, so imagine that. You have to play it like sideways, like this, and fuck it, yeah.
Playing that on like a busy fucking underground train. Jeez.
I can't imagine that. Fucking gaming hard on the bus.
I always love seeing things like that, though. You know, when you see like pictures of dudes out there with like a fucking monitor or some shit on a train.
Just got an Oculus, just fucking chilling and shit. You're like, what is happening right now?
You got to respect the urge to
Yeah.
game there for sure.
Game and goon at the same time.
Yeah, we know people who like those two things.
Oh yeah.
Terry wasn't the only wrestler who lived in Amarillo. The other one was unfortunately not as successful. Dennis Stamp had over 800 matches, none of them main events. Now an exterminator, he was the self-proclaimed king of the cockroaches. Are you coming to the show Thursday night?
No, I won't be.
Why not?
I'm not booked, for one thing. And what really bothers me is Dory Funk Jr. I have nothing against the man he's wrestling, but I could swear to you, I could guarantee to you that no one could have a better match with Dory than I would have. So that part hurts. So, but I really wanted to be on as a referee, but the people who make the decision, whoever that would be, didn't offer me any position. So I'm not booked. I won't be here. I don't do any tricks, but I just jump. I stay fit. I watch what I eat because I never know when my next match is going to be. I had my last match, I think it was 1991, so it gets to be a lot longer between matches. But I never know when I'm going to have my next match, so I've got to stay in shape for that. I've got to be ready. I'm only 50 now, and the phone could ring at any time,
How's everything going?
I'm not going to be here, but...
Why aren't you?
Because I'm not booked.
You're not going to be here. Why aren't you going to be here? Please be here.
I'm not going to be here, Terry, because I'm not booked. That's an old rule. That's an
But I
old
want
rule
you
I've
to-
had for a long time. Because I'm not involved.
I want you to come, please.
Well,
I'm asking you to please come, all right?
I already have other arrangements, and
I want you to
don't take
come.
it personally, because I used to be in the dressing room and I used to see the old guys, and that's where I am now. I used to see the old
want
guys
you to
that
be
came in
there.
the dressing room that come around, and they looked like old dogs, just hoping somebody would recognize them. Here, Spot.
Then why don't you come and see us?
I really have to be involved, and I'm not.
I want you to be there.
And I did
want you to
ask
be there.
you
I
in
want you to be there.
April if I could referee some matches on the card, which
You're
would have been,
refereeing tonight, then.
which would have been,
You're refereeing tonight.
but I'm not on the card. I'm not booked.
You want to referee me and Brett? Referee me and Brett.
I already have
want
other
you to referee
arrangements
us.
made, Terry.
I want you to referee me and Brett. I'm just telling
I guess
you, I would
okay.
love to
So
have you
so what happened? I
I'm
guess
on
you
a
just
900 miles an
I
hour
guess
is
it
what
was
I'm
just
doing.
so far down. I guess you just didn't hear me or something when I asked you before.
I don't.
Or didn't
Dennis,
think about
I
it.
didn't
just
even know
think
about it. But I want you to. I want you to.
I appreciate that.
Okay, I want you to. Will
Okay.
you please do it?
Appreciate
It's my
that.
last match. It's my last match. Tell me if you can, because I would love it.
Okay.
I would love it. I'd love to have you there as part of it.
I appreciate that, Terry.
I want you to be there.
I appreciate that. Were you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Okay, it's cost me $134 to change my ticket.
Well, I
Will I make that much?
Well, I was going to pay you.
Close.
I was going to pay you 50.
I'll get half of it back, right?
I was going to pay you 50, Dennis. Thank you.
You mean you're gonna double pay me? And my wife says, do you really want to do it? I almost broke down and said, it's the main event. It's the main event. You think I'm not gonna be in a main event?
Thank you,
I'd
Dennis.
rather be in a main event than breathe.
All right. The big question, the big topic of conversation. Wrestling, brother. Where do we start? Well, as you said, you were into wrestling pretty much as long as you can remember.
Yeah.
So what were the first memories that you have of wrestling?
Oh man. That's a good question. I remember mainly understanding everybody on the roster first, like in WWF from like the video games. So like
Yeah.
I remember that, and then going and then watching it and being like, where are these people that I see in the game all the time? Like not realizing that like you don't always see them and shit, you know?
Yeah.
So like I remember that.
I'm still waiting for Ken Shamrock to return just because I seen him on the back cover of SmackDown 2. Wasn't even in the game, but he's coming back, I swear.
Yeah, see, like even then, I think even at that time when I first started watching, I don't even know if he was still there anymore. You know what I mean? And like,
Was it like early 99 he left, or was it like right at the end? Because he was in SmackDown 1, right?
Yeah, he was supposed to be in SmackDown 2.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know, like, I can't remember when he actually like left, because he's in No Mercy also, which is around that same time.
Yeah.
You know, and shit like that. So like, I don't know, maybe he was just there and he was just off TV, or I don't really remember. Cause like, yeah, I don't remember seeing him much. And then I remember never seeing like Gangrel really anymore.
Yeah.
You know, because he was very prominent for me, like in the video games. I'm like, this guy's a vampire. Like,
oh yeah, and to be honest, like like Gangrel had like a mark on every opening of the game where it's like Gangrel is like trademarked by White Wolf or some shit.
Yeah.
Which gave it like a credibility almost. So he was the coolest shit in the games.
Yep, every fucking game. I was like, this guy has a cool ass entrance. He's got a cool ass theme song. I was like, where is he on TV? You know, like, because like at that point he was, you know, like the Brood and all that was over. And shit, by the time I started finally watching it, I just knew who they were, and I was like, where are they? You know? But no,
and that was in the like turbulent 99 as well, where like everything was just getting changed on the fly. They were just like firing from the hip.
Yep. So it was hard to kind of like keep up with everything. I'm just like, whoa. Like what's going on? Like, I remember being aware of like the Monday Night War and shit like that. I also was like vaguely in the know of like ECW, because like I also had Hardcore Revolution. So I was like, oh, cool, like more wrestling. I was like, ECW. I'm like, I don't really know what that is. You know, like, but then my cousin was like, oh no, yeah, like that's the good shit. And I'm like, oh, word, but I don't, where do I watch that? And stuff. You know, like, cause I'm also too little, and ECW was like on late at night, you know, so it was like Raw would fucking finish at like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. And then I'm like, I gotta go to bed. I have school. You know, so like I'm like, I can't watch ECW and shit. But like I remember like stuff like that, and obviously like Austin, I remember all that. I remember watching fucking like a big one for me was watching like the pay-per-views of 2000 and stuff, you know. So yeah, like Rumble 2000 was a big one for me. WrestleMania 2000 was that was like another big one for me. SummerSlam 2000 is like one of my favorites. I really love that one. Like, and obviously, I mean, like, I know it's not the same year, but like watching WrestleMania 17 for the first time ever, like to see TLC 2 and Rock and Austin and stuff like oof. Oh man, and then 18, fucking the following year was crazy too. Stuff like that, like that. Those were like big moments. Like obviously, like there was, you know, little things that happened on TV that like they're just blowing past me right now. But there was so much. There was so much. But those are things that I remember. And like I had some VHS tapes of like, I had like an Austin tape, I had a Rock tape, and
they're great as well because you got like backstage segments for the pay-per-views that weren't televised.
And I remember having like a best matches of the year 2000 tape and shit like that. Yeah, like I remember dumb things like that. Oh, I had a Triple H tape too. I think that was the last one I had. I didn't have too many.
You
know, because fucking VHS was expensive back then.
It was, I think it was like 20 quid a tape here or something.
It was
maybe 30 if it was.
Depending on like what it was, it was a lot of money.
Because that's how I watched the Royal Rumble. Like I just started following the product after that week, and like we had the pay-per-views on Channel 4. So we like got them for free back then before
Right.
Sky Sports really started picking up on it.
That's
and then they
cool.
were just all straight pay-per-view.
We fucking we had illegal cable, so just
Yeah, we did too.
yeah. I think everybody at that time had illegal cable, and nobody cared.
That's why I think it was because like even The Simpsons was talking about it, dude. It was just something that was kind of like accepted.
Yeah, the cops and like you know, like everybody, they're like, yeah, I don't give a shit. Like everybody had an illegal black box. Everybody.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
That was kind of why I stopped, because I think around SummerSlam, that's why I never watched that pay-per-view as a kid, because I lost the we just didn't get it. So I think we went with a different company or stopped using them or something. But anyway, we got them back in the year after, and I remember like the first pay-per-view I stayed up for, and that it's a big thing to stay, because I had been 11.
They're on late for you guys. Yeah.
I would have to stay up until 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And then I would have work, school
Yeah.
on the morning at 7 a.m. So I remember staying up and watching like WrestleMania 17 was like a total dream come true, like watching that one live. 16 was a disappointment because I was too naive to understand what WrestleMania all day meant. So I just thought they were doing like a 24-hour, like they were hyping it massively, like WrestleMania for 24 hours on pay-per-view, and I was like, this sounds like the coolest fucking thing ever. But it's just all the WrestleManias that they put on. But it was still, it gave it this like vibe, and like it was really big. Like Triple H had just retired Mick Foley, and you had all this good shit going on. And then it was like set in fucking Anaheim, like with 12,000 people. There's no vibe. The crowd don't really care. It's just weird 6-man tags over and over again.
Yeah, it was a weird Mania. Not the strongest. Not the strongest one, but they definitely made up for it after. That's for sure.
Oh, that Backlash, legit one of the best pay-per-views ever. I mean, that's 2000 for me is like the peak era of wrestling. Completely.
I agree. Like especially for WWF, the year 2000 was incredible. Like the pay-per-views, the writing, that was the best year for the company in my eyes. Like the beginning of like the Ruthless Aggression stuff was also really good to me, but then like once it got like in the middle, towards the end of it, it started to get like but like no, like the ending attitude into like the early Ruthless Aggression is like my favorite time for it. I mean, like I know obviously like I grew up watching that, like that's not why it's necessarily my favorite. I just think like the wrestling was so good at that time.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, you had Paul Heyman with an infinite money cheat on SmackDown in 2002, just being like, "Give me the guys you don't use, I'll get them massively over, and you can put them back on Raw." Just doing that week in, week out for fun, to the point where they had to be like, "Whoa, Paul, you got to stop this. This is too good."
Remember when SmackDown was like the A show for a little while? Like SmackDown was so fucking good at one point. It was unbelievable how good it was.
Well, you had Brian Gerwitz as well, which I think was like The Rock's main writer.
Yeah, he was one of the best. Yeah,
but it's kind of like the beginning of the end of wrestling as like a cultural point, really.
Yeah.
Because people like will say like, oh, you know, the wrestling wasn't as good as then, or it was because of the characters, or blah blah blah. But really, it just caught fire in a time where like it was new and exciting because it wasn't the 80s atmosphere anymore. It was like rebellious. It was cool. And there wasn't like, you didn't have like a selection of everything to watch. It was literally just, and it was that, and it was also because it was the point of switching to cable for everybody, so they were finding and experiencing new things, like The Simpsons on Sky One, like every week. It was just an embarrassment of riches, really. And I think that's what kind of led into the second true death of wrestling, which is Vince McMahon buys out WCW, shakes hands with Austin at WrestleMania. What do you think of that moment as a fan and as a business impact?
So, as a kid, I didn't really care much for it, like, because I was like, okay, like, whatever. Like, it was a whatever thing. I was like, wrestling. I was like, cool, we still got wrestling. You know, like, that's all I cared about as a kid. But, like, as like an adult looking back on it, it's still fine to me what they did. It makes sense, but they didn't. I don't think they obviously like did the best that they could have done given the circumstance. Like, they really like shit the bed with that. Like, in the sense of like they had. I know they didn't have all of the big WCW stars, you know, because they were just chilling with like their Time Warner contracts, so they were just at home getting paid and stuff. Like, that's fine. That I don't care about. But like the people that like they did have, because they did have some big people, like they just did not use them correctly, and they could have easily, instead of switching, you know how like they tried to have WCW segments or whatever, you know, like they could have just easily started the invasion like thing there, where they're just like, we're disgruntled WCW, we're gonna take it to WWF in that sense, you know, and that they could have just did that, because people already didn't like WCW wrestlers because they were from WCW. Like, it already like wrote itself. I don't know why they didn't do it, and they could have established more of those mid-card guys from WCW and just integrated them more. They didn't have to like bury everybody. You know, I don't know.
I think there was I think you're right. I think there was two significant like reasons why that was like the death of wrestling as a cult. Like say, like first of all is like the amount of people that were watching wrestling back then. It was probably like 10 to 15 million. I want to see it. Like if you combine both of the companies,
it was nuts.
They were on like 5s or 7s at least. At least.
And the ratings, it was crazy. It was everybody watched wrestling.
Like it was, but like when WCW got bought out, it didn't matter what WWF did. It was like that side of the fan base just shut down. Like they were just like, we're not watching wrestling anymore. And that like that effectively halved the wrestling population, kind of, really. Thanos snapped it, because there was only WWE loyal fans then, and there was still ECW fans, and there was people who, you know, went to the indies, but overall it was like they were gone.
ECW was like, on its dying days already though, though. So you know.
But then you had like WWE doing something which like their favorite character was turning bad guy, which to me didn't matter, because I was like 11 and I love heel Stone Cold. It's one of his funnest runs. It's great.
I love it too. I think it's like underappreciated, you know. And
it will never like not be worth it when it gave us that moment of him coming back down the ramp to the Alliance. And Jim Ross is just losing his shit, where he's just like, oh, he's walking, he's talking, and it's just like it's amazing. It's like a masterpiece.
It's so
that's why I get like, that's why I get really defensive of wrestling, like almost Jim Cornette-ish, when people are just like, oh, it's fun and it's a pantomime. It's not, dude. Like, if you do it at its best, it elicits a reaction. It's just like some guy can walk out, his music hits, and the crowd go nuts. Like Triple H's return at Madison Square Garden. He's not doing anything like to generate that amount of energy at one person just because they're so happy to see them. You don't see that in any other sport ever.
No, I know.
Really.
Yeah, it's true. Even like mega superstars, like in other sports or whatever, you know, like when Michael Jordan came back to basketball, it wasn't even like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Like the the energy that like people like put into like the enjoyment of it, you know? Like, but I feel like that's also kind of like gone too. I mean, like there's people that do still enjoy, but it's like it's different. Like it's just different culturally, and times are just different. I mean, that's just how it is.
Yeah, when would you say you started like losing interest in it? When would you say you started losing interest, and when would you say you completely just stopped? You know, watching the modern product.
I kind of started losing interests. Maybe I want to say. I think it was around 2007.
Okay.
Somewhere around there, I started to kind of be like, and then I think by 2008, I was already like just done with it, you know?
Yeah.
You know, because like that was, you know, when it really started to change, and that was also the introduction to a new era and stuff. And a lot of the guys that I really liked growing up, they were all pretty much like gone at that point and stuff. And I was just like, whatever. I also had it in the back of my mind. I'm like, I'm not a little kid anymore. I shouldn't watch this. You know what I mean? Like, cause like to me, like it was weird. Like wrestling was always like, that's a baby thing. That's a child thing. You know, like. Meanwhile, there's adults with me that are watching it, but in my brain, it's just like, oh, that's a baby. Like, that's a baby watching right now. Like, why? I don't know why I had that mentality, but I just did genuinely get kind of like bored of it, and then I just, And then one day I was just like, I need to watch old wrestling. Like, I don't know. It just happened one day. I'm sitting at the computer and I'm like, let me watch something old. Like, I think I literally was like, oh, let me look up a Gangrel match or something. Like, I swear to God, like something stupid like that. Or like, oh, I'm like, I want to watch a fucking TLC match or something, you know, like, and then it just went from there where I'm like, oh, I need to watch all the old stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like modern product, I don't watch. At one point, a couple years ago, I was watching some of the pay-per-views or PLEs, if you want to call it that now. Like,
nah, fuck PLEs.
No, I know. To me, it's still pay-per-views, but you know, they're called PLEs now, whatever. But I watched some of them, and some of the matches are good. I mean, I can't discredit the wrestlers. I mean, the wrestlers do wrestle good, but it's just like, it's like too many false finish stuff and too many finishers in general in matches. Now it kind of, it loses its like you know, like that's like the special moment of the match. You know, it's like, oh, it's the finisher. Like that's supposed to be like the end. Or if it was like a really big deal match, you might kick out once, maybe twice.
Yeah.
And everybody kicks out after throwing 12 fucking finishers a match. Now it's like, I don't know. That's just the way I kind of see it. It sounds very old man-ish of me to be like, not my wrestling, but it's like,
Nah, I agree.
I don't know.
That's why I brought you on the show. Yeah. This is what the show's about, a bitch about how much better the past was than the current. That's just the truth of things.
We're not the only ones that have that sentiment, too. I mean, there's even wrestlers. I mean, obviously, like, wrestlers will still speak out about it. And, like, they won't even defend mostly, like, their eras, but they'll defend times where they're like, it was just better. You know?
Yeah, I think, like, there's not, like... I don't think there's like one road for wrestling. I think there's plenty of different ways you can do wrestling. Like for me, New Japan in its like 2010, 2011 era, they're like sports-based matches, but they've got like stables and they've all got histories. You've got like Nakamura, Tanahashi, Kenny Omega, Naito. You've just got all of this exceptional talent, and it's respectfully, and it's amazing. It's like WWE when it's like it's at a period now where like people can enjoy the product, I guess, but it doesn't feel, it's not for me. Like and I don't want to sound like insulting about it, but it feels like it's just they've got enough dumb people that will just watch it no matter what.
Right? Yeah, it's not tailored for us. You know, like they've gone back to marketing towards, you know, like children again, and just fans that are just, they know they're gonna watch, and like and that's it, you know. Whereas back when, you know, the heyday, at least in my eyes, it was marketed for our age group, not so much children, because they had abandoned the children marketing to go more mature, and then it boomed, you know. And then now they're going back where they're marketing more for the kids again and stuff, which that's fine. I don't care about that. It's just, it's not, the product is not aimed for me, and that's okay. But you know, like,
and it's almost patronizing when you really listen to it. Sometimes
but like it does get like it does get annoying when you hear people complain about it, though, where I'm like, I understand why you're complaining about it, but you have the option to not watch it. So don't do it to yourself then, and watch it and then bitch and moan about it. We're like, meh, it's not what I want it to be, and it's like, it's not for you. That's it. Don't watch it.
I kind of look at it now because it is one of my interests to study it, because I love wrestling. I love
that's different.
I love psychology. I love the history of it, and I love how it works. And you know, when you hear things in interviews, sometimes it builds your like level of knowledge of understanding what is exactly going on with it now, I suppose.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that stuff too, though. I've always like been more interested in that side of it too, you know. But like I don't know, just creative side of it seems way more interesting, and to know what people were thinking going into certain matches and shit like that's cool. I like that stuff.
Well, there was like an episode, there was a series that WWE did called Unreal, and they made it because Triple H was like, well, we want to show you behind the scenes, and we want you to kind of like understand what these athletes go through. And it's like, okay, fair enough. But like every part of that show just highlighted how like clueless like the entirety of the people are backstage now. Like it's and like as I was gonna say, like also like 10 years ago was probably the period, you know, like around 2012, where I was like hate watching WWE. Every week Raw was on, I'd watch it, I'd hate it, I'd get really angry, but it was just something I had to do. That was the audience. I think that's still the audience now, though, that like you have like the hate watchers, and you know, and it's like, I understand it. Like, there's people that they love to just fucking be like, you see this shit, but like you're still like, on one hand, I get it, like you're entertaining yourself, you're riling yourself up, but you're also supporting the beast of the thing that you don't like. You know, but eventually it just gets to a point where you have to be like, no, I'm done.
That's what I mean. People really need to come to that realization to just be like, I can watch a different fucking promotion, and then that's it. You know,
and I think that's what I was gonna kind of try and say, though. I think like a lot of these people that are left don't have the ability to turn off from it, because it's all they know, it's all they like have, really. And it kind of it's kind of bleeding into my point about like what the true death of wrestling is. And I never knew about this stuff until like probably the past 10 years or something. I never looked into Vince McMahon. buying out all of the promotions, and
Yeah.
it's called like Saturday Morning Disaster or something, like where he shows up in WCW and announces he bought like a load of shit. Black Saturday it's called, sorry.
Yeah.
But like that was the point where wrestling became not about like, you know, this, like when you hear stories about the territories and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, we've got Andre in this territory, we'll give him for, I don't know, the Bushwhackers for 2 shows or whatever. It's a terrible example. That would be a terrible deal, but it just came to my mind. That's how wrestling works. The guy like leaves the territory when he's done the job or he's over, goes somewhere else.
Somewhere else. Yep. And does a completely different thing somewhere else, and like the previous people don't know what the fuck's going on over in this place now. You know what I mean? Like that was it.
And there's no training. They just learn as they go.
Yeah.
And it's just got this natural vibe to it. And you can't really hate on Vince McMahon for like doing what he did. Somebody would have done it.
Yeah.
It was just
obviously.
him.
Yeah.
But like that point where like wrestling becomes a TV network thing, a pay-per-view, it immediately becomes a point where like televised stars are now the thing, like, you know, like Hulk Hogan, and it just becomes this completely different entity because everyone knows Hulk Hogan now, so you can't trade him for anybody. And then it becomes what people think wrestling is about nowadays, conflict and the war between WCW and WWF.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that like, okay, that it basically makes them both better if they've got competition. It's better for a company to have competition. And that's the way like the modern WWE audience are trained now. Yeah. It's like Coke versus Pepsi. It's WWE versus AEW. It's this and it's that. And it's just like, but if you guys like just shut the fuck up and work together, you could literally have like Tony Storm show up, but like let's say it's not a Royal Rumble in Riyadh, let's say it's in New York or something. Tony Storm comes out, you get her for a deal, and then they send over, I don't know, who would they like, AJ Styles for a show. You know, what part of any of their business would be disrupted by doing that? Right. That's how it's meant to work.
I think the one good thing I guess that WWE is doing is that deal that they have with like TNA and stuff like that, you know. So like I guess they do like talent exchange and shit like that. Yeah. You know, like that's smart. I mean, like that's always been a thing for a long time, you know. It's just I don't know why that's like not really like practiced anymore, because they used to do it even in the 90s and shit. ECW and WCW and WWF, they all did it. They all did it with each other. They were constantly fucking throwing people around in the companies, and they were aware of it, obviously. I mean, it's business, you know?
Yeah.
And shit, like, and it made sense. You know, I don't know why they don't do it now.
Because WWE basically won. Once they won, there was nothing else to really
but
fight.
still, it's like, I understand, you know, like, like they did take everybody out, and then they didn't work with TNA, you know, at the time, because that was, I guess, technically like their only TV competition, at least here and stuff. You know, like I understand that like they didn't want to do that, but like now they want to do that. Like it's weird because they could do it with AEW. I think it's just a lot of WWE haters, you know, like previous, you know, like obviously like previous employees and stuff like that. They don't want anything to do with it. So like I can kind of understand that too, but like if business is business, then it's like you would just do it.
Yeah.
You know, like for the greater for the greater good of, you know, the sport and the business and the entertainment of it all. You know, it's like there's still so many things that we could be seeing that we're just not getting and shit, you know, and like the collaborative pay-per-views and stuff like that like they're missing out on and shit like that, you know. Like there's just so many things, like all the times that WCW would work with like fucking the Japanese promotions and shit,
Yeah.
and it always worked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? ECW, Paul Heyman had his, you know, his connections with WCW, and he brought people in all the time, and they were still employed by WCW, even though they claimed that they never liked each other. Heyman and Bischoff, they had people that they would constantly bring in and out for ECW. WWF did the same fucking thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they all did it, and it made sense for business. Like, they could just do that now, even though, like, you know, like they still technically won. I mean, they do have competitors still, so it's like just fucking do it. I mean, like, you already have that war, you know, like that, not like, you know, not necessarily like Monday Night War mentality, but you still have like the wrestling war mentality. Like, it's still there and shit. So
Yeah.
there's just so much on the table that nobody, like, they're just not doing it. I don't know.
Do you see any way this changes? Do you think it's just WWE like on top until the end of time? Like, what do you think about the TKO deal, for example?
From the little bit that I know, I think this might actually kill them in a sense. Especially doing all the shit that they keep doing with like Saudi Arabia too. Like, I mean, like, I don't really have like strong opinions on it, but you know, not everybody's particularly a big fan.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's only so much that the fans are gonna be willing to take from that too, in a sense. And more interviewers and podcasts and wrestlers, they all keep coming out and saying it too. They're like wrestling is just not as good. It's too choreographed, you know. I mean, obviously, like, it's choreographed to an extent, but like everything, like, to every fucking, the moment you walk out through the curtain until the bell is rung, it's all fucking just like staged, like everything. It's like if everybody is fucking Randy Savage now. Everybody has it all written down and planned out to the T for everything.
Yeah, I mean, Bull Buchanan had 3 moves, dude, and it was fine, you know?
Exactly.
You don't need to do so much.
Exactly. B squared. He fucking stuck around in the company for how long?
Yeah.
He was
He should
there
have
for
got
how
the job,
long?
not Albert.
Yeah.
Fuck Albert. Bull Buchanan should have been the head of training. Everybody doing bicycle kicks?
Yeah.
That shit would have been lit.
Everybody doing crazy fucking leg drops off the top rope.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be nuts.
Who doesn't pop over a leg drop? You know what I mean? It's always... But that does... there's 2 points of, like, a modern wrestling match, which is the big problem. And one of them, I think, is the referee having the earpiece. That is part of the problem, where everything is just choreographed, because it's all about, like, camera angles, and it's just a mess.
I think it's just not necessarily like the earpiece, because they've had that also for a long time too. The referee's job, you know, for, you know, obviously officiate, but like, they also helped give the wrestlers the time, or if there's something that needs to be changed on the fly.
Yeah.
You know, that's really what it was like, okay, you got cut, go home, or they added something, like drag it on a bit, or fucking you have this much time left, and then that was it. Like, they just gave you certain cues. They wouldn't fucking be like, all right, like they kind of like hold their hand, from what it seems. I don't know exactly what's going on in the ring, but it does seem like it's a lot of hand holding now with shit.
It's exactly like that, dude. You gotta watch Unreal. Seriously, you would enjoy it. It's literally just a producer talking through a mic to the referee for the referee to relay the information about every spot in the match.
So that's kind of
what
annoying.
it is now.
So like, you don't even let the talent really just like work the match. You're telling them what to do in real time.
Unless it's somebody like Michael Hayes and he's doing a John Cena match, he doesn't need to do that, because John Cena audibly calls out all of his spots live.
Yeah, he's terrible with that. Oh my god.
God, I went on such a rant about John Cena last time. I could do it again, brother.
Hey, don't get me
stand John
wrong.
Cena.
I was always a Cena mark, and then I went through the phase of hating him, just like everybody else. But I mean, Cena's Cena, man. Like, it's still
Got
weird.
respect.
Yeah, there's definitely much respect to him, but it's fucking weird to still see him now.
Yeah.
You know, like in the ring and stuff. Like, it's weird. Like, it's like, all right, dude. Like, I don't know. That's at least how I feel. I feel like it's going on too long.
Well, thankfully, it's coming to an end.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Actually.
Yeah, this month it's supposed to end. So we'll see if it actually does. But
there are some people that don't think it's going to end, which, you know, would make sense, honestly.
it's believable though. I mean, how many fucking times have we seen a wrestler do that? Mick Foley, literally, Terry Funk, like, who else?
Yeah.
Well, I'm done, and then Ric Flair. Yeah.
Yeah, but then doesn't it kind of backfire on John Cena, do you think, a little bit? Because, you know, he's a character, he's supposed to be somebody who has integrity. But then again, he was also a heel at the beginning of the year, and then he just changed right back to babyface because he felt it wasn't working, I guess. Can he just say, like, no, actually, I'm going to stick around?
I don't know. I mean, the real answer is he can do whatever the fuck he wants. Like, if he's drawing, they're gonna keep him, obviously. And you know how many fucking Cena stands came out of the woodwork. So they're like, oh my god, it's the last run. Oh, like,
yeah.
Could you imagine them if they're like, he's just like, nah, I'm staying. Like, they would still go nuts over it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I didn't pay too much attention with it. I'm cool that Cena turned heel again. I don't understand why people forgot that he used to be a heel. Like, you know, like back in the day, like he was a fucking heel. Like, people don't remember that for some reason. But I mean, I don't think it worked this time around. It definitely had an impact in the sense like people talked about it, but if he was just gonna play heel and was just an actual piece of shit and they let him be a piece of shit until he retired, that probably would have been cool, but they would never do that because he's literally like the Make-A-Wish face and stuff, you know what I mean? Like, he is the ultimate babyface. Like, they wouldn't do that. You know what I mean?
That's another thing that like is a problem with modern day wrestling is you can't really you can't have like a natural heel anymore because it garners too much real heat in the real world. You can't do that with John Cena because it messes up his character
exactly.
Really. But it's like, that's the big problem with a modern wrestler, because if you had like somebody like Randy Savage in the 80s, you know, like any of the big stars, you'd be fine. But if like you're talking about the modern era, they've all got to like be able to be presentable and wear a suit and do press conferences and promote the company above anything.
Right.
And they can never be bigger than the company now because otherwise they go off and do Hollywood movies and then Vince gets mad and
exactly.
sticks his finger up Shawn Michaels' ass or something. But that's the rumors that are going around anyway.
The fucking Bret Hart saying that Vince and Shawn are gay lovers. That shit is... That's so fucking funny.
You've got to admire how much Bret Hart is.
Yo, like, apparently there's been stories from like other wrestlers that have kind of been like, you know, like, so it's not entirely like throwing shit at the wall. You know what I mean?
Oh, I
like,
believe it.
Yeah.
I'm 100% sure believe
I'm just kind of like, okay. Like,
I just think it's exceptionally funny that Bret Hart, the man who's met Shawn Michaels and forgave him face to face, would immediately, well, not immediately, but go in an interview and say the idea. So
he's just like, yeah, no, we're cool now. And he's like, by the way, this guy's gay. Like, you know, like he says it in like a very fucking like mean way too, you know, like
it's like Bret Hart, bless him. He
Yeah.
he can never tell a lie. He always speaks the truth.
Yeah.
But his truth is just a little bit retarded,
Yeah.
It's just like a little punch drunk in there.
It really
like a
is.
small
Yeah.
element of
Yeah,
CTE.
dude. It truly is like I think he's like fucking he's got like Asperger's or something like that, where he's just like he's too fucking serious and too literal most of the time now. I mean, like he always has been, but like he's just so switched on to like this is the fact now, you know what I mean? Like,
It's because he trained in a dungeon, right? So
Yeah.
he takes it super seriously. But
but like I'm not saying that stuff to like discredit him or whatever, or to say he's wrong or right or anything like that. But no, like it is funny how like he did go from like fuck Sean to we're cool to Sean's gay. Like,
yeah.
and he's like fuck him and in a way again, you know what I mean?
He does it with Triple H as well. He goes on like WWE broadcast and then immediately comes off and slags Triple H off and then goes back on again. It's just
I don't get it. I don't get it.
But I think everybody's like a hypocrite in the wrestling business, because like take Jim Cornette. I love most of what Jim Cornette's opinions are outside of female wrestlers, because he doesn't have a clue.
Yeah, he does have like some polarizing shit, but he spits some shit where I'm just like, ooh, yeah, like I also don't agree with a lot of his sentiments, but there's some shit where I'm like, he knows what he's talking about. Like,
but it's hypocritical for him to see all of this stuff about the wrestling business being dead and stuff, being the man who was going on camera and was one of the first to shoot promos. Yeah. So like I've always been a bit like, well, you're talking about it anyway, so can you really die on that hill?
Yeah, yeah.
But I think like opinions of like Bret Hart, I love Bret Hart's opinions. I think he's hilarious to listen to, but he is just that way. And sometimes you can read enough articles where you're just like, Bret, get over it, dude. Yeah. Like it's so crazy to me.
He literally took everything actually like no pun intended to heart. Like he does not let anything go.
But if he was like remotely that upset about Owen Hart, I would get it.
Yeah.
But he's just it's just the screw job. It's always the screw job.
Yeah.
And like, do you think there's any possibility of it being a work? Like, I love asking this question.
They've talked about it. Like they have talked about it, and apparently it was a work.
Scott Hall thinks it's a work.
Like they've had like so many things on it now. Documentaries. I think there's even books and shit on it, like I don't know, man. Like maybe to an extent it was like like to a certain extent. Like I think like the tension and real feelings happened, but at the end of the day, I think what we saw could have been a work. Just to make everybody happy, because Bret gets to leave, Sean gets to go on top. They both don't like each other. And, from the shit that they've said, apparently Bret or whatever, fucking punched Vince in the face. So, like, some of that emotional anger was already let out and shit. Yeah. Like they definitely cleared the air to an extent. I don't know. I mean, from how much they talk about it now, I feel like it has to be like a work, and it has to be one of the greatest works because we still talk about it. It has to be.
I mean, if it is a work, then Bret Hart is genuinely the greatest worker of all time, because I've seen him in interviews just like break down crying over shit. Like, to be honest, I think that was more the Goldberg stuff, because I think that did really hurt him and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't like. I enjoy listening to his opinions. Sabu used to have really good shoot interviews as well. Sandman.
Yep. Sandman. Speaking of, I'm sorry to butt in real quick. Sandman actually has a fucking podcast. that's
Oh, yeah?
like fairly kind of still like new-ish. It's got like quite a bit of episodes into it now, and he'll go and he'll talk about shit and talk about pay-per-views, and he's got stories, and I actually just started listening to it. So he's someone where like he has some kind of crazy opinions, but I believe the shit that he says. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, so like, yeah, I feel like Sandman is more of like a credible kind of person too, in that sense, since you were going, you know, with like the people that you enjoy to listen to and shit. Like, yeah, he's
Yeah.
like someone that I would really be like, oh yeah, for sure.
The best shoots you can really get are Sandman with Raven with Terry Funk.
Yeah.
It's just the ultimate combination.
Mhm.
Like I could just Terry Funk is just
Yeah.
endlessly like entertaining. He's one of those guys that I wouldn't say you don't appreciate him as a kid, because I remember watching him in WCW. Like I think he was in like an angle at that point, and
He was.
you know, there's not many greater baby faces than Terry Funk, because his selling is just sensational. Really, there's nobody who sells like him.
I didn't have the pleasure of really understanding or knowing Terry Funk when I was a kid.
Yeah.
You know, because like, even though, like I said, you know, I was a WWF kid, when he was Chainsaw Charlie and shit and WWF, like that was like 1998 and stuff. You know, like I already had missed that. WCW I wasn't watching because he came, you know, way late into WCW again with that stuff. And by the time I even knew about ECW, he also wasn't in the company either. So I was like, I don't know who this guy is. Like, you know, as a kid, but as an adult, he's one of my favorite fucking people that I've ever got to like learn about and stuff, you know.
Yeah, I mean, the One Night Stand 2006 moment is incredible, where he's wrestling with he's with Tommy Dreamer, and then he's facing Mick Foley and Edge. And Edge is fucking great in that match. I know people like love to shit on a modern Edge, but Edge, when he was like rated R, works in ECW so well.
Without a doubt,
fucking hate him. And Lita as well.
Yep. Yeah, they were great.
There's a point in that match where Terry Funk gets taken out of the match because he's
in the barbed wire,
his eye or something. Yeah, and he's selling it. And then like he comes back like 10 minutes later with the barbed wire, with the fucking neck like wrapped around his head. And the barbed wire is on fire, and it's just like, this is the like this guy used to wrestle. Who was the guy he used to wrestle with in FCW? Shit, I should really remember his name. The Japanese guy, really big.
Fuck. I know what you're talking about, and I'm drawing a blank too. But yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, all of his fucking all of his Japanese death matches and shit. I mean, obviously, you know, like the super big ones that people always talk. Well, King of the Death Match, you know, the Cactus and shit like that. Yeah. But you know, yeah, dude, like seeing that shit is like eye opening. Where you're like, what the fuck, like.
Was it FCW?
Or was it FMW?
FMW?
Was it?
I'm gonna have to find out who that is, because I can't forget his name. I feel like it begins with I, but we're both gonna find out here live, even though that this podcast won't be live. Because I gotta edit it, and this will be edited. Onita.
Yeah.
Of course, it was Onita. Yeah. So he wrestled Onita. He wrestled Mick Foley. Did he wrestle Vader at one point? Or was that Foley who wrestled Vader?
Cactus, yeah. And that was when he lost his ear and shit like that.
Yeah. Cactus has been through some fucked up matches when you really think about it.
Yeah.
And you always think, like, he finished in 2000, but he came back in, like, 2004 and wrestled Randy Orton in a pretty brutal match.
He was in TNA.
Flair too.
He was in TNA for a tiny bit after that, too, yeah.
It was unfortunate what happened in TNA, though.
Yeah.
Daphne?
Yeah.
That was an unfortunate ending.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got 5 questions for you, Beats. 5 final questions. Well, they're the kind of 5 questions.
Okay.
You are the new WWE booker as of today.
Oh no.
You don't need to know anything about the product. You don't need to know about who's on the roster generally.
Okay.
What are 5 decisions you make immediately? They can be as ridiculous as you want, or they can be serious.
Oh man, 5 things?
You can do 5 things.
Oof. And you said I'm the owner or the booker?
Let's say the owner.
No,
Why not? Let's have fun.
That would be even more crazy.
You're the owner.
Oh no.
Vince McMahon.
First thing, I'm gonna start pooping on everybody. No, no. Damn. Who was I talking to? I think I was talking to Jones and like Tom and Pac. Shout out to Jones and Tom also. I think they said who would you put to replace Triple H currently in the company? And I went and I looked through who's currently like still employed, and I was like, none of these people. I was like, I wouldn't put any of these people, honestly. I was like, I know that there's people that have still been there for so long. I was like, none of them. But the first person that came to mind was Jim Cornette. I was like, if he was still around doing stuff, you know, I was like, I'd probably put him in charge of something, like probably the book, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, or at least help in like the writing process of certain things. You know,
Jim Ross could do it too.
Jim Ross too. See, you know what? That would be one of the first things I would do. I would shrink the creative team because there's too many motherfuckers in there that don't know what they're doing. You need to shrink it down to a couple people that know what they're doing.
It's a good idea. It's a good number one.
Right. The roster, I don't have a problem with the roster. The roster's fine. I think they need to fucking stop holding hands. Let them actually work. So
yeah, well, what about the development then? Like, so NXT, like, how do you feel about that? Would you kind of make them learn on the road? Would you change that up, or would you keep it as is?
NXT, I think, is fine. Because you do get people who are established in other feds and promotions that come over and stuff, you know? So it's like you're learning from other people that are already have been through it, you know? And the best way to learn is to just fucking do the reps. So, like, do the matches. Obviously, you can train off time and shit like that. I mean, I do agree that, like, the performance center and stuff like that is still a good thing. I think NXT, the way that it is now, is like, it's fine. From what I remember, at least, it's fine, I think. So I would probably do that. You know, you have some people that come in, they can teach some of the newer people. Obviously, you know, the bigger people that they bring into NXT, they're eventually going to hit the main roster soon.
Yeah.
So I think it would be important for somebody that's young and aspiring to get as much info that they can from the people that do go in and out, at least from that perspective. But I do think that they should probably have more vets around if they can, because, you know, like, I know that they have some of them, they're mostly just trainers or they're the agents, but even then I feel like the agents probably don't know what they're doing anymore either, because they're just so set in that mindset of, like, that's fucking dumb, don't do this, and they don't want to listen. Dumb. Yeah, like, they don't want to listen to opinions from the workers necessarily, you know.
Yeah.
I also would I would try to definitely bring in at least more writers in the sense, like, I know that they have a fuck ton of writers, but more so writers that aren't focused on writing the show, but to help develop people's character more.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
Because
like
like they don't have
promos or
yeah
packages
yeah promos and packages and
that could work.
helping the talent understand who they are, what they should be doing.
Yeah, why don't they do that? Why
Yeah, I
don't they
don't know.
literally just like get somebody who's really good with people like Finlay? Say
Yeah,
like, okay, Finlay, you
exactly.
got
And
these
he's still
five,
there. Yeah, he's still there.
you take these 5 people under your wing, you get to know them, you teach them to wrestle or whatever, you
Mhm.
watch their matches, you agent them, and you do their promos and their packaging or whatever.
Yeah.
Whoever has the best ones at the end of the week will put them on TV. Bam,
Mhm.
there you go. Not
Yep.
complicated to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about
How many things is that? I don't even know how many things that was. Was that 2 or
I think
3?
you've named 2. I think you've named 2.
This is hard.
So you've cut back the creative process and then you've hired more writers.
Yes.
It's been your-
Yeah, which
But no, it
makes a lot of sense.
It genuinely does make sense.
It's because it's like it's the same shit.
Yeah.
but
yeah.
but it's 2 different sides of it. You know what I mean? Like like that's 2 different things. Like they need to cut back on the writers of like the show in general. Like the people that do write the show, because it's so convoluted. They don't know what the fuck's going on, and they need to more star focus to make it make sense on the show. You know, so you bring down the quantity of people that do write the show so that they can make it more precise and concise, and make it make sense. And then you have more people that are hands-on with the talent. It makes so much more sense to have the hands-on people, to have way more of them, because you know there's so much talent. So like it would make sense to have more of them than to have the show writing. Also, third thing for sure, we're not doing 3 hours. that's not we're not doing 3-hour shows TV anymore.
Oh yeah. I
Hell
thought you
no.
meant about the podcast. I was like,
no.
almost
no. 3-hour TV.
Yeah, make that one, brother.
Fuck that. No, we're going back to.
Agreed.
Well, I think 2 is fine. You could probably even go to an hour and a half.
Yeah, dude. I think 90 minutes is peak.
Yeah.
Honestly,
hour and a half is good. You know, and
you could alternate. You could have like SmackDown be like 90 minutes but fast paced wrestling, and then you give Raw the 2-hour slot and just make that more about building stories.
Yeah, see, like that also works. You know, I don't know why does wrestling have to be 3 hours long? And the fucked up thing too is that it's 3 hours long and it's like 4 matches.
Yeah.
From my understanding,
really,
that's what it is now.
There's no prestige. There's no reason to care about the matches, and they kind of devalue them when they happen on pay-per-views as well.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
it's too fucking much.
Yeah.
A fourth thing that I would do. This probably sounds kind of controversial, but I think this will bring back some. Well, you did say prestige. I guess prestige and like dignity, I guess. I would eliminate half the belts. Just bring back having one world champion, one pair of tag champs, and then whatever, you know, intercontinental and whatever miscellaneous one you want to throw in, US or whatever.
Yeah, TV title.
Even cruiserweights, we can still keep that. I feel like having double of them, because you still, you know, the brand split. Fuck that. You can still have the 2 shows. Fuck a brand split. It'll mean more to that.
So
to
you're
the
eliminating
title.
the brand split too, then?
Yeah, I think the brand split, it did work once upon a time. I feel like now you have so many people. You're still seeing pretty much everybody anyway on both shows. So
Doesn't make any difference.
What's the point of the fucking brand split? You know what I mean?
There's no real difference between the shows either.
Yeah. Like that's like there's no real significance to either one. It's just one is on one day and one is on the other day. Yeah. And that's it. You know, and people are gonna watch both anyway. It was the same. Like WCW had the right idea in the sense. Well, I mean, well, so did WWF and WWE at the time, where like it was just you had one sets of champions, and you would see certain people on one day and then the other day. But then when they did the brand split in the draft, and then they started giving everybody, you know, like, oh well, now this brand has these titles. It kind of like fucks it up in a sense. You have so many people, you can rotate every week anyway.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know. That's just kind of how I see it. I just feel like the constant title changes, because you have so many belts, it doesn't make like, it's just like, oh well, we can fucking rotate this guy for the week. Now he's the champion. It's like that kind of, I don't know, it like devalues it in a way to me. Whereas someone was world champion, and then you just everybody wanted to go for that, and that was it.
Yeah.
You know, and also you make the like the divisions bigger. It's a bigger pond, so there's a lot more not like dream matches in a sense. I mean, like, yeah, sure, for certain people, but like there's more opportunity to have actual different feuds that way, rather than it's always the same fucking 4 people going after the belt and then that's it, because that gets kind of boring.
Would you pull it into a ranking system or just naturally?
See, AEW does the ranking system, right?
Yeah, I don't think it works.
I don't think so either. I mean, like, to an extent, I think you would have to have a ranking system, but not like out in the open.
Just bring
like,
back the Power 5 or the Power 10 or
yeah,
whatever. Like,
something like that. Yeah, something like that. But where it's not as like in the forefront, where everybody's constantly being like, oh, look at this shit. Like, I think it needs to be like a little bit secretive in that sense. So you can actually work into the story of introducing, like, all right, like this guy is getting some good traction or whatever. Like, now how do we introduce him into this shit that's going on? You know, like it would be more of a way to get like precise with it, I think.
Yeah.
If it makes any sense of anything of what I'm saying.
No, it definitely does. Definitely does. They're all good decisions so far. I agree with all of them. I particularly like the close the creative control down and then hire more writers, because I think it actually makes sense of a lot of things to me. Like, they could do that with TV shows or games. There are so many people that are writing the actual meat of whatever it is and just shitting all over it because they don't have the competency. They just don't have. They're too antagonistic with their thoughts or their process or whatever. But yeah. What was that? So 4 now?
I think that was 4. All right, 5. What would we do for 5?
We hire back Jazz.
She's selling magazines. No, I think I mean, but no, I don't think I want to say the same thing twice. I was gonna say like fucking pay-per-views and shit shouldn't be as long as they are too.
Would you still have as many? Or because I think like 4 would be perfect.
Yeah, see, like that's what I was thinking too. I was thinking having one every month is like too fucking crazy. I think you know, like as a person who did watch them regularly every month, like I enjoyed it, but let's be real, not all the pay-per-views were good. A lot of them were throwaways. They were whatevers. I think ECW kind of had it correct, where they had certain big shows for the year, and then if they had like if they made a special card, it was just a super show. It wasn't a pay-per-view. It was a super show. You know, so you're like, oh, like it's still like a special event, but it's not a fucking pay-per-view thing. You know, like I think that maybe could work. You know,
Some would say ECW had like revolutionary like TV
oh, so
quality
good.
though.
It was so
Yeah.
good. I mean, but that's the thing. Like, it's a different time. Like, they were able to get they were talking about some real shit sometimes. You know, like pregnancy angles, fucking kidnapping angles. What else? Fucking
Yeah. Well, Sandman got crucified, right? Or was it
yes,
Raven?
yeah. Sandman got crucified by Raven
Yeah.
and shit. Like a lot.
There's a mass transit incident as well.
Yeah,
If you counted that.
yeah. There's a lot of things. You know, different time. But even for the writing, like and stuff, like they just let the talent do it. Like Paul didn't book everything. He would just be like, figure it out, and he would let them figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, like he would help with some things, or he would say on certain occasions what he would like done, but the boys were always left to figure it out. So he would be like, I want this person to win. You guys decide how it happens and shit, you know, like creative freedom.
Yeah.
You know, like
It's so very strange to consider that it came from a spot where it would be like Hulk Hogan cutting like a backstage promo with Mean Gene before the pay-per-view, and then you just get to see the match, as opposed to now where they have to like act and you know, like perform lines, and it's not the same thing at all. It's adjacent to wrestling, but it's like somebody like a Nikki Bella could never understand what like Hulk Hogan is as a wrestler, as a concept, you know. It's just not the same thing.
Right.
Probably the first time they've been compared to, but my random choices today are on point.
Yes, I'm all for it. Yeah, I don't know. I think I would do that. I don't think I would have a pay-per-view every month for the year. I think you just have certain ones, the important ones, and then you'll sprinkle in a special thing. You know, here and there, maybe. Maybe you'll get like one or two like oh shit, like a fucking special show kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's too much. It's too much.
It
Like
is.
you're asking for too much too for people to fucking pay so much, and so, like I get it. It's capitalism. It's a business. You need the money to keep coming in. Like I get it, but it's just too much wrestling.
It doesn't stop until it stops selling. Like
Yeah, I know.
It's just
Yeah,
the way it is. And if it stops selling, fuck you. We'll bring it back in 10 years and reinvent it.
It's just too much wrestling. It's just too much. It's too much wrestling. You get it. You get it already on a weekly basis, multiple shows a week. You know, and then fucking how many pay-per-views a year? Because like sometimes it's more than 12. Sometimes it's more than once a month. You get so many. You know, it's
got
like
12. You got the Saturday night main events now. You've got Raw, SmackDowns, NXTs, the NXT pay-per-views.
That's what like. It's too much. And not
And,
only
like, the
that, they're
special
all
shows.
going over 3 hours. Like they're 4 to 6 hours.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, it's so much. Like it's so fucking much. Like
it's so quaint to look back at like a Scotty 2 Hottie match at Backlash against Dean Malenko. And it's fucking great. And it's so good. So simple.
Yeah.
Like the commentators know what they're talking about. They're not trying to sell you stuff. The crowd are into it.
Right.
It's amazing. And you just watch it nowadays and it's nothing like. I don't think there's anything further apart from modern day wrestling compared to anything before 2002. I just don't think there's anything that has that like difference in a sport, you know. Like boxing in the 90s was much better than today, but I could watch boxing now and be like, okay, I see the similarities. Can't see anything similar in modern wrestling and today, and you know, the
I know,
era.
That stuff is just long gone. You know, I don't know. It's just, it just almost feels like wrestling is just being shoved down your throat.
Yeah.
If you're like a modern consumer, it's so overwhelming. Like I think that's ultimately why I don't watch anymore, is because it's just trying to be like forcefully just fed to you, and I'm just like I don't want to watch that then, you know,
Yeah.
like I
I
really
don't want to see
don't.
this much.
Yeah, like I don't want to fucking like, oh, I'm gonna like, don't get me wrong, like I say this as like a bad thing, but it's still like I don't want to fucking see Sheamus and Drew McIntyre fight for the fucking
Are you
40.
sure?
No, like for like the 40th time in like the last fucking 2 years. You know what I mean? Like I love when they do fight, but like I'm tired of seeing like the same things over and over again. And that's the point that I make, is because like they'll always put that match on every fucking pay-per-view or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's always the same matches. So
Yeah,
it's
but
like
what if
it's
it's an
too watered
Irish street
down.
fight on SmackDown? Live on SmackDown? Oh god. So exhausting.
Well, see, and then that's where the Super Show comes into play.
Yeah. What a super show that would
Yes,
be.
yes. It's just street fighting.
Yeah, but there's people that are on the roster now, like Io, and Io's a really good wrestler, so she
Yeah.
gets over. But then there's somebody like Julia who
Mm.
doesn't like have any character whatsoever, never
Yep.
explained or anything, and it's just like, compare that to like the Attitude Era when there was like great women like Trish Stratus.
Mhm.
The amount of shit she did in like 2000 and 2001
Yeah.
before she became like a competent wrestler,
Right.
and she just did all that shit, never
Mhm.
bitched about it, never complained,
Right.
became one of the best. And like I saw the Evolution women's pay-per-view, it was terrible, but
Yeah.
I was just so happy to see Trish again, and she can still work so much better than everybody else because she takes her time. And
Yeah.
like you can really follow her path in 2000, especially when she turns heel on Chris
Yeah.
Jericho.
Mhm.
It's like a 5-year run, dude, and it's
Right.
magic.
Yeah.
And then there's like people on the roster that have been there for like 11 years, and you're like, I can't think of a match
You
that
know,
you were good in.
you know what I think it comes down to? Obviously, she had the passion and the drive to want to do it, and she took the brunt of that bullshit because she knew she had to get where she wanted to be. But also the fucking writers, dude, they had amazing writers for them. That's literally what it boils down to. They had writers. They had the really good writers at the time that went and sat with her and focused with her and got her on a certain direction to go to, and she did what she had to. You know, like a lot of these people now, they're just like, all right, say the fucking the line that we wrote and that's it. Like they don't work with you to make you the person that you're supposed to be as the character anymore. Like at least that's what it seems like. I don't think they really try. Unless you're already over, they kind of maybe will let you say something, but even then they're still writing everything for you. So like if you're not like top person, they don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah.
You know, like the writers back in the day, they even wrote the mid card well. You know, like
Without Russo too, like still the mid card was well written in like
Yeah.
2000.
yeah,
That's even 2001. Like Paul Heyman could write mid card. He could write like for Shannon Moore and shit.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Tajiri as well.
Tajiri was amazing, especially in WWE and in ECW. Tajiri was amazing. Tajiri had a crazy fucking arc in ECW.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he comes in not even with the long pants. He had these little blue trunks on,
Oh yeah.
and he was just a little fucking baby face, and then he turns into a hired gun for the network with like Steve Corino, and he came in, he would just fuck everybody up, and he had amazing triple threat matches with Little Guido and Super Crazy and stuff. And oh man, he was so amazing to watch. And then when he came to WWE, he was still amazing to watch because you know they eventually paired him with like Regal and stuff like that. It was the writing. They had all the good writers, you know, WWE wise. ECW, that was all them. That was all them doing what they thought would make sense. you know.
Tajiri is one of the great characters of wrestling.
Oh, he's
There were
so
rumors
good.
of like when he left, the day he left, like he said like thank you to Triple H or something, and they didn't even know he spoke English the
Yeah, yeah,
entire
yeah.
time.
Yep.
He's got like some of the best facial expressions and like ruthlessness. Like if
Yeah.
Tajiri like kicks a woman in the head on
Yeah.
SmackDown,
Mhm.
it's so much more sick, like
Yeah.
in a good and bad way.
Mhm.
There's nobody
Tajiri,
like Tajiri.
this might sound like a, I guess in like wrestling it's like derogatory, but Tajiri is one of the best thigh slappers.
Yeah.
If, you know what I, like, because dude, he makes all of his kicks sound like he just literally almost kicked your head off of your shoulders.
Yeah.
You know, like, and even before he had the nice leather fucking pants, he was just smacking the fuck out of his legs to make it sound good and shit. Like, he was so good, so fucking good.
Yeah, he's probably up there with Shawn Michaels for that.
Tajiri doesn't
and he
get
trained Kana.
who? Oh yeah. Huh?
Asuka.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's incredible too.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
She's still one of my favorite. Like, if I ever met her, I would just like. First of all, I don't even know what I would do if I met her.
Probably just
I don't
melt.
even know why. Yeah. But I would definitely tell her that she is the best Japanese talent that ever came to WWE.
Oh,
like, easily,
without a doubt.
She blew Shinsuke Nakamura out the fucking water, dude.
Yeah.
She didn't even have to try.
But
and they still tried to bury her. Didn't work.
Dude, they seriously fucked up by not letting her win at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
When she had the undefeated streak and shit, and they didn't even let her beat Charlotte. Why did you go through all the effort to build that and you didn't even give it to her?
I guess they just lost. Vince just has a weird relationship with Japanese talent, I think. He just doesn't get it.
He doesn't get it.
He's one of these guys where it's like, well, why fucking sign the person? Like, why go through all the effort? Like the CM Punk thing especially is ridiculous because he's like, they hire him and they don't even want him. And it's just like, well, get rid of him.
It's so that no one else can have him. That's
yeah.
It's I hate that they do that, man. They've done that with so many people. They did that with so many fucking people. They just hired them and then would be fucked up because they would hire them and have like the clauses in the contracts that they can't go work other places while being under contract, and then they're not getting paid enough sometimes, so they couldn't even, you know, sustain like their lifestyle or, you know, whatever and shit like that. Like, how crazy is that? And then they wouldn't put you on a show and shit. You would like, so you would just be home. and then that's it. Like, you couldn't go work to get more extra money. Like, you'd have to do other shit. You couldn't wrestle.
Crazy.
Can't imagine.
Okay,
that.
Beats. I think that will wrap us up for today.
Cool.
I've took over 3 hours of your time, so thank you.
No, thank you for having me, dude.
I'm sure we'll do other ones, and we'll end on a new sound clip I've posted in your channel.
Oh,
hopefully
yes.
this plays, but it might not play. Because I'm not involved. I love that clip so much.
Because I'm not booked. Oh my god, so good.
All right, thanks for being here, Beats. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, man.
Sweet.